All right, Shabbat Shalom, family. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Good to see everybody that's here in class. Glad to see everybody on this wonderful Shabbat. And Shalom and shout out to everybody online. Shout out and Shalom to Stream of Wisdom in not Albuquerque, Houston, Texas, Rochester, New York, and Norfolk, Virginia. Shout out and Shalom to Cabo Cab in Guatemala and his congregation in Atlanta, California. Shout out and Shalom to all the brothers in Florida, Albuquerque, New Mexico, Detroit, all scattered all over U.S. and also Amiyatza in London. Shout out and shalom to you as well. I hope you're doing well. And all the brothers and sisters, we're getting ready to come upon our Passover, but and we're in some dire days. You know, when you look at what's happening in geopolitically, when you look at what's going on even right now. From what I heard this morning, that all the military bases in all 50 states are shut down, or there's no entry. They're not letting anybody on. It's maximum security. So it's a major threat level. I'm not sure what's going on. I haven't read it. I just heard about it. But it's a major threat level going on right now. So we got to be wise. Give me Romans 13:11 just to start this off. Just as a point, I know Ward brought this out in his class on Monday. But I think it's very important that we keep this in mind. Romans 13:11. You got it, that one?
Yes, sir. Romans chapter 13 and verse 11. Knowing the time.
And that what?
And that knowing the time.
So if anything, we have to know what time it is. We have to measure the time. Knowing the time. Go ahead.
That now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
Go ahead.
For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed.
So our salvation is closer than what we've ever known. So we're in a very delicate, sensitive time frame right now, where our extraction is close, and the ending of this world and the coming of a new one is just upon us. So we have to be conscious, be awake. Make sure that we're fighting our battles like a war brought out on Monday. But also read verse 10.
Verse 10. Love worketh no ill to his neighbor.
So what you should be focused on, if you haven't been focused on it, is the treatment of your neighbor, of the treatment of the people around you. So as we become closer and closer to this salvation, and which is equally the destruction of one kingdom and the rise of another, we got to make sure that we get our behavior correctly, and we get our emotions in check, and that we're not causing no ill to who?
Our neighbor.
He said, "Love causes no ill." Go ahead.
Love worketh no ill to his neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law.
So the focus is we've got to learn how to love each other before this time comes, because we're at the verge of a changing of the guard, so to speak. But with that, just wanted to bring that out because day to day, you know, these like a woman in travail, you know, these what do you call them, contractions that you read about in Revelations. You can see as the further we get in time, the worse and worse things get.
Yeah.
The nation is about to be born and delivered. But at the same time, these are birth pains, labor pains that we're watching right now. So let's go ahead and let that go, Taiwan. But just with that in mind, we want to make sure we take everything serious, you know, and be focused and conscious on these Sabbaths, and understanding that, you know, we have some changes to make prior to Christ returning, because that return is very, very close upon us. But before we get started, let's go ahead and get our prayers up. And then we'll start with the continuation of last Sabbath's class. Award won't be here, but we'll take care of it and make sure we try to edify and continue the same lesson with the same intensity and same understanding until Award comes back. All right? So, Dawiyat, Amaju. Wapanya Yerushalayim.
Jerusalem. Okay.
Barakatah Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
Barakatah Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
Hahawa'at. Natananawa. Award. Zayawam. Thawada. Aman.
Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, that gives us light this day. Thank you, so be it.
Barakatah Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Barakatah Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Hawa'a.
Hawa'a.
Nathalanawa.
Nathalanawa.
Rayach.
Rayach.
Nayakacha.
Yachaka.
Thawara.
Tawara.
Aman.
Aman. Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives us the sweet savor. Thank you, so be it.
Imagine upon your Jerusalem.
Stand and face Jerusalem.
Barakatah Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Barakatah Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Hawa'a.
Hawa'a.
Nathalanawa.
Nathalanawa.
Shabbat.
Shabbat.
Bashalom.
Bashalom.
The water.
Water.
Aman.
Aman.
Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives us the Sabbath in peace. Thank you, so be it.
Psalms 121. Aynasha.
Aynasha.
Ayanyamya.
Ayanyamya.
All. Haharyam.
Haharyam.
Ma'ayah.
Ma'ayah.
Yabu'ah.
Yabu'ah.
Isaiah.
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 Yabu'ah.
Yabu'ah.
Man.
Man.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Sha'aisha.
Sha'aisha.
Shemayim.
Shemayim.
Wa'aratazah.
Wa'aratazah.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yanatan.
Yanatan.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Regalia.
Regalia.
Yala'ah.
Yala'ah.
Nawam.
Nawam.
Shashamayah.
Shashamayah.
Hana.
Hana.
Yala'ah.
Yala'ah.
Nawam.
Nawam.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Your son.
Your son.
Shashwamar.
Shashwamar.
Yasha'allah.
Yasha'allah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shemaria.
Shemaria.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazalia.
Tazalia.
Al.
Al.
Yanyamyah.
Yanyamyah.
Yad.
Yad.
Hashemat.
Hashemat.
Yala'ah.
Yala'ah.
Hakayah.
Hakayah.
Bayawam.
Bayawam.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Halabana.
Halabana.
Balayala.
Balayala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashemaria.
Yashemaria.
Makol.
Makol.
Rad.
Rad.
Yashemar.
Yashemar.
Napasha.
Napasha.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashemar.
Yashemar.
Hawalakia.
Hawalakia.
Wa'ayah.
Wa'ayah.
Ma'aita.
Ma'aita.
Wa'ay.
Wa'ay.
Awalam.
Awalam.
Aman.
Aman.
Psalm 21 in English. I will lift up my eyes to the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth and even forevermore. Amen.
Aman. Israelite credo. Shema Yasha'allah.
Shema Yasha'allah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Alahayanawa.
Alahayanawa.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Achad.
Achad.
Shema Yasha'allah.
Shema Yasha'allah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Alahayanawa.
Alahayanawa.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Achad.
Achad.
Shema Yasha'allah.
Shema Yasha'allah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Alahayanawa.
Alahayanawa.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Achad.
Achad.
Hear, O Israel, he our power, the Lord is one.
Lord's Prayer. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Abanaw.
Abanaw.
Shabashamayim.
Shabashamayim.
Wadas.
Wadas.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Samka.
Samka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakwithka.
Malakwithka.
Taba'ah.
Taba'ah.
Ratazaka.
Ratazaka.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Baratazah.
Baratazah.
Kawa.
Kawa.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Bashamayim.
Bashamayim.
Rathananawa.
Rathananawa.
Lacham.
Lacham.
Ko.
Ko.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalachnaw.
Wasalachnaw.
Kawathnaw.
Kawathnaw.
Kasalachnaw.
Kasalachnaw.
Kawathinaw.
Kawathinaw.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Tabianaw.
Tabianaw.
Wagasawan.
Wagasawan.
Abo. Hawashanaw. Mayan. Rad. Hayah.
Hayah.
Lakah.
Lakah.
Malakwa.
Malakwa.
Wa'ala.
Wa'ala.
Watapara.
Watapara.
I will love you.
I will love you.
Aman.
Aman.
The Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, ever. Amen.
Aman.
Aman. 10 Commandments. La'ah Yahaya.
La'ah Yahaya.
Lakah.
Lakah.
Al-Haryim.
Alahayim.
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 Akaryim.
Akaryim.
Ayal.
Ayal.
Panya.
Panya.
Thou shalt have no other powers before me.
Number 2. La'ah.
La'ah.
Ta'ayna.
Ta'ayna.
Lakah.
Lakah.
Fasol.
Fasol.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Ta'ibadam.
Ta'ibadam.
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, nor serve them.
Number 3.
La'ah.
So Allah
Allah.
Sham.
Sham.
Yahweh. Bashawah.
Thou shalt not make it thee, so thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy power in vain.
Number 4. Zakar.
Hayawam.
Hashabat. Lakodashwa.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
Number 5. Kabad.
Abaka.
Ya'amaka.
Honor thy father and thy mother.
Number 6. La'ah. Tharatazah.
Thou shalt not kill, murder.
Number 7. La'ah. Thana'ah.
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Number 8. La'ah. Thagana.
Thou shalt not steal.
Number 9. La'ah. Ta'ayna. Shakor.
Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor.
Number 10. La'ah. Takamad. Kol. Asherah. Lara'ika.
Thou shalt not covet anything which is thy neighbor's.
Barakatay haba Shem Yahushua. Hawa. Latamanaw. Matawra.
Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives us the law.
All right, Yeshabi.
Take seats.
Yeah.
Oh, you already got it on?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, tell me what.
All right, so last week we kind of had an ending, almost a melodramatic ending of last week's Sabbath class with both Alexander Bala and Ptolemy Philometor both dying within days of each other. And if y'all remember how Alexander Balas, which was the in-law to Philometor, he was the in-law because he married his daughter, trying to unite the kingdom. But of course, that was some subversiveness going on behind it, because ultimately he was trying to marry in and get close only for the purpose of stealing his kingdom. And so once that plan was sought out, it was known and understood, then Alexander Bala made war with Philometor and took off running. He got defeated and he got sent on the run, escaped to the Arabs, and one Arab in particular beheaded him and then sent his head back to Philometor. And at that time, Philometor was also on the run. He got thrown off his horse, he was in a coma-like state for about 4 days.
Wow.
He couldn't talk and he had no understanding. And on the 5th day, he arose out of his coma state, and then they presented Alexander Bala's head to him, which gave him joy and excitement. And so that was kind of like the telltale ending of how the Most High had wounded Philometor. But due to the fact that he had no mercy, he received no mercy. And if you can give me that, Kariah, before let's go ahead and salute your head, Kariah, before we get started.
Correct. Shah Shabbatar, Banashah, Banashala.
Karaya, Shah Sabbath, Balashar, Banashala, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Shem Yashabaka.
Yahweh Shem Yashabakatam.
All right, so there was the Most High had wounded Philometor, but he had one opportunity to receive. Let's get the phones off. To receive some mercy, and he didn't have any mercy for his enemy, and the Most High went ahead and took him out too, days later. And a scripture to go with that is Ecclesiastes chapter 28, and let me start at verse 3.
Ecclesiastes chapter 28 and verse 3.
Yeah, we got it. Yeah, we got it. We do have it. Go read that.
One man beareth hatred against another.
He said, one man beareth hatred against another. Read.
And doth he seek pardon from the Lord?
And how do you expect the Most High to forgive you holding a grudge against another man who's made out of the same flesh and blood? Why would the Most High render mercy and pardon from your mistakes, but you don't let people go from their mistakes, and you don't let go of people of their offenses? You know, instead of some sympathy, because his enemy was mortally wounded, you know, he was rejoicing with this element. But when you do that, the Most High turns away his wrath. I believe you got it right there, right? This is Proverbs, right? Go ahead and read that, Dalia.
Let's go to Proverbs 24, verse 17. Let's go to Proverbs 24, verse 7. So the direction you're going, you're showing that the Most High has a certain idea of how you should deal when you have an adversarial person or adversarial force collapse in front of you or fall in front of you.
Come.
All right.
Proverbs chapter 24 and verse 17.
Come.
Rejoice not when thine enemy falleth.
Read that point again.
Rejoice not.
Stop. It says rejoice not. The scriptures tell you, do not give yourself to the spirit of enjoyment and celebration. When?
When thine enemy falleth.
When your enemies fall. There's a time to embrace, there's a time to not embrace, there's a time to rejoice, there's a time not to rejoice. According to scripture, when an enemy falls, that's not time to rejoice. Why? Read.
And let not thine heart be glad when he stumbleth.
I'm not supposed to be even glad when adversarial people around me or adversarial forces even start to stumble and slip. There's a reason for it. There's a reason why.
Lest the Lord see it.
Because the Lord, we're looking at, we're so caught up in the human experience. We're so caught up in the emotion of the event. We're so caught up in what we want to see happen and our lust being satisfied or our desires being satisfied, that we're not conscious that the Lord judges every speech, every word, every thought, every impulse. Read.
Okay. It says,
Lest
the Lord see it.
And there's what?
And it displeases
Our
him.
number one consciousness is the Most High pleased or displeased with my action.
And what we should be able to see is the same thing that happened to that person can also happen to who? You. I'm no different, and the same thing, the same tragedies that befall that person can befall me as well. That should be the mind frame of when we see somebody go through some hardship, even if we are at odds with each other.
Yeah.
But at least I know that, you know what, I'm not far removed from having the same fate. The same thing could happen. That's why there's no need to rejoice, because, you know, we have an expiration date as well.
And the funny part, these are nations dealing, right?
These are nations that are brethren. These are both Ptolemaic lines and Seleucid lines of the Greeks, or extensions of the Greek Empire that expanded over Seleucia and Egypt.
So these are nations. He's judging them if they're not applying the information. How much more those who were born for the information?
Right. How much more is the expectation for us to have mercy on our brethren and sisters? Matter of fact, read that in verse 4 in Ecclesiastes 28.
Ecclesiastes 28 and verse 4. He showeth no mercy.
It said he showed no mercy. What?
He showeth no mercy
Go ahead.
to a man which is like himself.
So he said right there, don't you know that you should have mercy on somebody who's made and composed of the same elements that you're made of? You would want mercy. Why would you give it? And why would you not have mercy as if you're a supernatural being and that's just a regular person in the flesh? True. Well, guess what? You're not supernatural as far as you're not being touched by infirmities. You could have the same fate as somebody else. Yeah. So why laugh, mock, scorn, ridicule, and joke and rejoice when your enemy fall when the same thing can happen to you?
Because it's a flip of a coin sometimes. Sometimes it's just a matter of chance. You look up something.
Or timing.
Timing, chance, or it might be a split decision. Most High might have had mercy on you just because. Yep. And then he sees you to have no mercy on somebody else. And
that's exactly what we read about in with Philometer. You know, he just got a head wound, came out of a head wound rejoicing about somebody that was just beheaded. Both of them had head wounds.
Yes, sir. Both of them, yeah.
Yes, sir.
87 on your point.
Say it again.
Ecclesiastes 87 on your pointer.
Go ahead.
Still the same point.
Yeah.
Ecclesiastes chapter 8 and verse 7. Rejoice not over thy greatest enemy being dead, but remember that we die all.
They said, remember that what?
That we die all.
But you know what we don't know? We don't know how we're going to die. We could die the same way. Didn't Philometer succumb to his head injury?
Yeah.
You might not have had beheaded, but you had the same fate. Your head got damaged. Fate. Both of y'all's head was damaged. And usually when the Most High does a headshot like that, it's ideally accustomed to somebody's pride that the Most High is attacking. When he wounds the head, it's a sign that he's attacking the pride. It's a telltale sign that a person's thoughts, where the sin originated at, the root of the sin was in the thoughts. Yeah. And that's why the Most High kind of puts those headshots on individuals, because that's where the sin started from.
Can I pull one scripture connected with that?
Come.
Real fast. Psalm 68, verse 21. Psalm 68, verse 21. So I'm not supposed to rejoice when an adversarial person or force collapses and falls. I'm not supposed to rejoice because the Most High might take his wrath away from that person just because I'm celebrating.
Yep.
Because I don't know how close my sins have gotten me to the same position.
Yep.
Right?
Psalms chapter 68, verse 21.
Just remember, we die all, right? So now, where are we at?
Psalm 68, verse 21. But the Most High shall wound the head of his enemy.
He tells you directly, I'm going to hit you upside your head.
Yep.
If you're my enemy. If you're an enemy of God, you're going to get hit in the head. That's what the scripture says.
Yep.
Read it one more time.
Okay. But the Most High shall wound the head of his enemies.
Read.
And the hairy scalp of such an one as goeth on still in his trespasses.
If a person keeps trespassing, I'm going to hit you in your hairy scalp. But why?
Yep.
Because that's where the pride comes from.
Hey,
right?
I hate to say it, but I don't hate to say it. You know, a lot of times the Most High stripping pride, he hit the hairy scalp and he turns the hairy scalp unhairy. And the Most High turned the hairy scalp where there's a loss of hair.
Yeah.
And he said, we know that from, what is that? Is Isaiah 3?
Yeah.
When he said he wounded the scalp of Judah, the Judite women, because of that pride.
Yeah.
He hit so that's why all these wigs come into play.
Yeah.
All the wigs and the Brazilian wave number 65 or the
or Indian death hair.
Yeah. The
dead bodies that they cut the hair of the dead bodies off, or if they have bad luck. If you have bad luck, they say, you have bad luck this year? Come to our temple. You come to the temple and they shave their head to shave off all the bad luck. Then they give all that hair to the salon, the Koreans.
And the Koreans recycle it.
Let's see, here you go.
They recycle it for the sinners.
Yeah, it's recycled for the sinners. But guess what? They're getting rich because we're cursed.
Yeah. They have an industry off of our curse.
Yes.
An industry is created off of our mistakes.
Yeah.
Now we got pieces and weaves, and they upcharging it too.
Upcharging it. They look.
And it's laced with chemicals.
Brother, listen, but they said that they take the hair off of dead people out. When people die, if they have long hair, take dead people's hair off.
They don't care where their hair come from.
Dead people, dead bodies, and disease and all the whatever lice and all that stuff. They just clean it up a little bit,
wash it,
sell it up.
They comb it. You watch them comb it out, straighten it out. They press it, then they bag it, and then they ship it, and then we buy it.
So Elam's getting rich, Koreans are getting rich, and you know, I think now in West Africa, I think they found a technique with banana leaves.
Yeah.
They got these banana leaves now, and they're straightening out the banana leaves. And they have the fiber of the banana leaf, and they're turning the fiber into hair.
Yeah.
So it's a little more humane.
Yeah. At least it's organic.
It came from a plant.
Yeah.
But because we're cursed, everybody else is getting rich.
Yep.
Because because we offend the Father, everybody is benefiting of our offense to the Father.
And that's for the sins of our women, you know, getting stung in the scalp. But just like for our young men, you know, they're taking body parts. There was a YouTube short where the here in Texas where the mother was arguing with the doctors, telling them, "Why'd you take his organs out?"
I saw that.
They said, "I told you not to take his organs."
And they acted dumb.
And they said, "Well, it was on his driver's license." And they said, "Yeah, but we told you not to take his organs out." Like they're not even waiting. They're immediately taking organs out. So our mistakes are funding the whole industry in that fashion also. You know,
and they're getting rich off of us beefing with each other.
Oh yeah.
We beef out, they get rich. TMZ's getting rich. TMZ's getting rich off us beefing. The music industry is getting rich off us beefing. Off us arguing, fighting. The prison industry is getting rich off us beefing.
Oh yeah, they love it now.
Listen, everybody's eating off our dysfunction.
Yep.
Because we don't have the ability to have mercy on each other like the scriptures go into.
Exactly, and that's what the Most High is doing.
I had to say this too. This happened to my niece. My niece got shot about a couple years back by North Star Mall. She went online and she laughed at somebody's family member dying. I think they call it dissing the dead now. It's like a new popular thing.
Yeah.
So
it's not new. I'll show you a follow. There's dissing the dead.
My God, bro. She dissed the dead, bro. Somebody took it offensively. They got an AK, bro. They went to a party. Somebody followed them. Sprayed the whole car up. Her and her friends got killed. But all this dysfunctionality is what? Making everybody wealthy.
Yep.
Who gets the organs?
Yep.
Who has to go to the mortuary? Who gets paid for that?
You had two young brothers. They were both 19.
Yeah.
They were both shot in apartment complexes. One on the northeast side of San Antonio, and the other one on the northwest side of San Antonio. Hours apart from each other, not by the same person, but just the fact that they're both 19.
What?
They both got killed in the apartment complex. Both bodies being found dead, and their life was snuffed out, taken from them, just like that. 19 years old. Just two different sides of San Antonio, same situation, same outcome. Way too early.
Same rejoicing on lack of mercy and inviting the wrath of God, and inviting the Most High to put some else in somebody else's head.
Yeah.
Because we keep provoking the Father.
Yeah. We don't get it. But that's why it's so important that when you see the calamity of anybody, the first thought is, okay, let me think about my mortality. Let me be conscious about my mortality. This body ain't going to last forever. This body's not going to live forever. And I would want the Most High to have mercy on me, and I wouldn't want to go out like that.
The Most High could have spared him and his kingdom.
Yep.
If he thought the right thoughts. We don't look at that.
No.
If I think the right thoughts, the Most High could spare my life, my kingdom, and my family.
God.
But we don't put that kind of conscious energy into thinking the right thoughts. It's a strong benefit if we try to make sure that our thoughts in relation to the Most High are pleasing to him.
And when you look at Jonathan being high priest, he has to be the middle guy and be diplomatic between these two kings that are warring at each other that belong to the same people.
Crazy.
There's white on white crime, Greek on Greek crime, and he's right in the middle, having to be diplomatic and knowing what to say and what words to use to be able to get the best of both worlds and to not be punished. And what we're going to deal with today is showing how that's why the class is called obedience, the Greek exploitation, and the Most High's protection, because it shows you that even when he's in a world he can't control. Yeah. Look at the mentality, the disposition of Jonathan, and how he's regaining favor and power as the Most High is having these two of the same people, of the same nation, go to war with each other. So let's go ahead and let's pick up in the Josephus. For those that don't have it, get the Josephus. We're going to start off at Josephus, book 13, chapter 4, paragraph 9, and we're going to start at line 120.
Josephus, book 13.
Yes, we're book 13. It's gonna be page 343 in the Josephus, and then Karai will call it out one more time.
Antiquity of the Jews, book 13, chapter 4, paragraph 9, page 342.
Read that.
But when Demetrius, who was styled Nicator, had taken the kingdom, he was so wicked as to treat Ptolemy's soldiers very hardly, neither remembering the league of mutual assistance.
It says, so when, keep in mind, this particular Demetrius II was placed in power to split the kingdom from Ptolemy Philometor, because he didn't want to gain the Romans' attention of wearing both crowns, both the Seleucid crown and also the Ptolemaic crown. And so he was inherited both crowns, but that would have given him the wrong attention from the Romans. And so he went ahead and split his kingdom up, and he elected Demetrius II to put him in power. And then right after that is when both Philometor and Alexander Bolus both died. So now you have Demetrius II in power, wearing the crown of Ptolemy Philometor, but he catches amnesia, so to speak. What is amnesia? For those that don't know, what is amnesia? You can't remember, right? Well, you can't remember something. So what can't this man remember? So let's read that part one more time, Karai.
It says, but when Demetrius, who was styled Nicator, had taken the kingdom, he was so wicked as to treat Ptolemy's soldiers very hardly.
Now keep in mind, Ptolemy Philometor is the one that elected him and put him in power. But his soldiers, he said he was so wicked, the same individuals that helped him get in power, he did what? Read.
It says, to treat Ptolemy's soldiers very hardly, neither remembering the league of mutual assistance.
So it wasn't like he had a medical condition that he just couldn't remember. He had a spiritual condition that he couldn't remember. It's the level of wickedness where you can't see the good that somebody's been doing for you for all this time. It's not a medical sickness. It is a spiritual sickness. The fact that I just ignore all the good that somebody has done, even when they've promoted me and elected me and put me in a high position. And people will, this is the nature of man. When they need you, they approve of you. When they need you, they enjoy you. They appreciate, they value, they say smooth things, kind things, the right words. When they need something from you, you're great. Yeah, they're submissive, but once they get to where they want to be, then they forget about the people that got them there.
Something changes.
Something changes, man.
People do that thing too. Right?
I forget about the supporters that got me to the position that I'm in, because I didn't get here by myself.
That's a major.
There was a whole host of individuals that got me to the position that I'm in, and it was through their efforts and their hard work
that fought for you.
That fought for me, that got me to this position. And when I get there, I don't remember nobody.
Sounds familiar, bro.
That's why the old saying, don't forget where you come from, comes in at. Because people do forget where they come from.
Or don't bite the hand that feeds you.
Yeah.
It's kind of in the same area, right?
Very much so. Go to Ecclesiastes chapter 13, verse 4 through 6.
Ecclesiastes chapter 13 and verse 4. It says, if thou be for his profit.
But if you're for somebody's what?
Profit.
Go ahead.
He will use thee.
He will use what?
He will use thee.
He will use thee. So
what's that saying?
What does that mean?
If thou be for his profit, what does that mean? Somebody's benefit?
When I'm there to benefit somebody, not everybody will appreciate all the efforts that you put in. People will just abuse your benefits and use you up.
That's true.
They're not into saying, man, you know what? I couldn't have got here without you. You know, if it wasn't for your dedication and your hard work and sharing the fact that I couldn't have got here by myself. They're not thinking that way.
I already said thank you.
Yeah, no, that's if they say thank you. That's if they say thank you. He said, if you be for what?
For his profit.
Go ahead.
It says, he will use thee.
Go ahead.
But if thou have nothing,
Go ahead.
he will forsake thee.
And once you're used up, you ain't got nothing to give, you got nothing to offer, then guess what? That's
I'm gonna forsake you.
I will forsake you. I will
Crazy.
I will forget about you. That is the nature of people, man. Yes, sir.
There was a story, an artist, Fetty Wap. He spent $20 million on his friends, took care of their rent, bills, trips, clothes, everything. The moment they heard that he didn't make no more money, they all left him, bro. They all
She's my trap queen.
Yeah.
That guy, right?
Yeah. They all left him, bro. They left him hanging.
He did 10 years. He did 10 years in prison.
I think his woman left him too for that too.
No, I don't. Yeah, she did.
Okay.
It's not too many artists. Gucci Man was one of them. He was one of the few that when he knew he was getting locked up, he gave his woman $2 million, and when he gave her $2 million, and when he came back, she made $4 million off the $2 million.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
She did her job. She had a good read.
Yeah, too many times where somebody's gonna take what you leave behind and not go for self, and then when you come out, you say, "Well, you know, I had all these bills,
Yeah.
and you left me to handle all these responsibilities by myself.
My cousin can ask me for money.
What you expect me to do? I still got to shop. I still got to eat. I still got to live. But it ain't too many people that will hold you down in a pinch and then come back and celebrate the fact that you're free.
Yeah.
And not abuse it. But the nature of man is that I'll take advantage of what you have to offer, but I forget about you when you don't have anything to offer. You don't come to my mind. Read on.
It says, if thou have anything, he will live with thee.
He said, and if you got something to offer, he said, he will what?
Live with thee.
He said, come through? Hey, man, you know, I noticed you had an extra bedroom. You know, you ain't really using it. I just figured, you know, ain't no need for me spending, you know, $1,000 a month.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'll just pay you $5 and, you know, you just let me live with you. But he said people will do this, they'll forget the fact that you've been there, been to their assistance. You've been to their benefit. He says, but if you have anything, he will what?
He will live with you.
He'll live with you. Well, go ahead.
Yeah. He will make thee bear.
But at the same time, an unthankful, unappreciative person will do what?
Make thee bear.
Strip everything you got. And you don't even get a thank you. You don't even get I appreciate it. He said he'll make you bear. Read on.
Look at all your coloring, all your crayons. I can just run them down the end.
Nothing to nubs.
He's all your crayons. He's all your little markers out.
Yeah, ain't got nothing left.
He's all your snacks.
You got no eraser left on your pencils. All your pencils ain't got no eraser left. You better not make no mistakes.
You took my Pokemon eraser. You like just use it up excessively. Yeah. If it's his stuff, he's gonna preserve it.
Yeah.
And take care of it. If your stuff, you're gonna get your shoes, borrow your shoes, run the mud with them. Put the wrinkle in the front, the little wrinkle. The
crease on the toe.
You're gonna crease the tip of the shoe. But his shoes don't have a crease on the tip. No. Now, if your shoes gonna be creases on the tip, the back side's gonna be that slant in the back out. That slant. You know, you walk and you just see a little slant in the back.
Yeah.
He's excessive, and no caution or carefulness or care for property when it's somebody else's property. When it's his, everything's preserved, pristine, and considered.
Because it's one-sided. People will engage in relationships for the sake of getting me where I want to be.
Yeah.
And this is exactly what Demetrius II's mind is at.
Yeah.
I don't care about the people that got me to where I am as a king.
Yep.
He just forsake them. Finish that.
It says he will make thee bear and will not be sorry for it.
And he would not be what?
And he will not be sorry for it.
I feel bad.
I don't feel bad.
What? You think I feel guilty that I took advantage of you?
No.
I don't feel bad. Read on.
If he have need of thee, he will deceive thee.
Go ahead.
And smile upon thee.
And people that love to get over on other people, they're always doing what?
Smiling.
They're always smiling. Why are they smiling? Because that behind that smile is they're hiding an intention. The intention is to gain something. Bring your guard down. The smile brings the guard down. And then once you bring the guard down, you're vulnerable. Read.
God. It says, and put thee in hope. He will speak thee fair.
He said, and put you in hope. Make promises. He will speak what?
He will speak thee fair.
And say all the right things. Read.
And say, what one is that?
What you need from me, man? Look, we're going to look out for each other. Look, I'm going to take care of you. You're going to take care of me. We're going to look out for each other. What do you need me to do to make this situation equal or fair? But the whole time, it's not fair. But showing you the mentality of people. People will smile, say all the right things, tell you, no, I'm here for you. I'm there. I'll be there. I'll do this. I'll do that. But in reality, as soon as they're elevated, they catch amnesia.
Bro.
As soon as they're comfortable, they forget. I forgot who you were and the role you played to get me in this position. With that understanding, now let's go back to Josephus and read that one part, line 120.
It says, but when Demetrius, who was styled Nicator, had taken the kingdom, he was so wicked as to treat Ptolemy's soldiers very hardly.
Man, these men put their life on the line for him. They jeopardized their life for him. Read on.
Neither, remembering the league of mutual assistance.
The league of mutual assistance is, I'll cover you, you cover me.
The League of Mutual Assistance. I mean, it comes without saying, right?
Yeah. This is like a treaty or a bond that we're allies in war. If I'm ever attacked, you'll come through for me, and if you're attacked, I'll come through for you. People forget this in life. Read on.
It says, neither remembering the league of mutual assistance that was between them, nor that he was his son-in-law.
And he forgot even that he was the son-in-law to Ptolemy Philemon.
Wow.
Forgot that we was even married into a relationship together.
Forgot allegiance.
We got allegiance. We're married in. Our families are married into each other. Read on.
Right. And kinsmen by Cleopatra's marriage to him. So the soldiers fled from his wicked treatment of Alexandria.
So they did what?
They flee from his wicked
They
treatment.
fled.
Huh?
They fled.
They fled from his wicked treatment of Alexandria.
Is that good treatment when you forget about people that put you in power? Or is that wicked treatment? That's wicked, man. To forget the people that put you in power and not acknowledge their efforts and the dangers that they put themselves in. So
It's a low moral character.
God.
It's really low moral character to forget the people that sweated, maybe bled, fought for you, advocated for you, and dealt with your ups and downs. It's real low moral character to displace them out your heart, not your thoughts, not your considerations. To not consider those that went through changes for you so that you can have a better life.
Yep.
It just shows low moral character.
And it's even worse too, because think about this. Finish reading that, Quran.
It says, but Demetrius kept his elephants.
He said, listen, y'all soldiers that put y'all life on the line, y'all can get the hell out of here. I don't need you no more. But the elephants stay with me.
Wow.
That's even worse, because I prefer the animals over people.
That's a funky person. People have said that before. People have stated, I like the animal more than the person.
Yeah.
People say all the time. They say dogs are better than people.
Yeah.
It's all kind of crazy stuff.
Yeah. And so he like, you know what? I'll take these elephants though.
Yeah.
Y'all can leave, but the elephant's gonna stay. It just shows you where people's preferences at.
Yeah.
So let's let that go. Hold that, and we're gonna bounce back and forth until that time, correct?
Yeah.
I know we started a little late. Tawam, let's salute you in real quick. We're gonna have both of y'all read just for a minute. We're gonna have you start reading that first Maccabees chapter 11. We're gonna start at verse 20. All right. Gotta get some practice on that.
Tahon Racha, Shal Shabbatah, Bana Shar, Banya Shal.
Tawam Rakha, Shal Shabbatah, Bala Shar, Banya Shala, Amati, Rock, Yahweh Hashem Yahshabakata.
Yahweh Hashem Yahshabakata.
That's Batah. All right, Thawam, pick up in. We're going to be bouncing back and forth between you and Kariah. You're going to be at First Maccabees, chapter 11, and read verse 20, because we kind of got to explain these stories simultaneously, both in the Apocrypha and in Josephus. Josephus tends to add a little bit of more information and more detail and backstory. So we don't want to miss none of that detail. So let's get First Maccabees chapter 11, start at verse 20.
First Maccabees chapter 11 and verse 20. At the same time, Jonathan gathered together them that were in Judea.
So at the same time that Demetrius II is pretty much crapping on his military, on his soldiers, he says Jonathan was independently fighting his own battles back at home. What was he doing? Read it again.
It says, at the same time, Jonathan gathered together them that were in Judea to take the tower that was in Jerusalem.
So Jonathan had his own battle going on. Jonathan still had a desire to remove that wicked influence that existed in that citadel that was in Jerusalem. That citadel was called Acra, and that became like a fortress.
Yep.
It was a fortified area where you had men of influence that wanted a Hellenized lifestyle. They wanted to usher in the Greek way of living into Jerusalem, and they had embedded themselves in a tower right in the south of Jerusalem, south of the temple, the sanctuary. So they had political sway, they had political power and political influence over the people, and they also wanted to bring in the Greek way. So Jonathan was still trying to remove that ingrown infection that had placed itself in Jerusalem.
The influence is always there.
That influence never goes anywhere. You always got people with varying opinions that want a different lifestyle than what the Most High wants from us. They want to open the door to other ways of living because they say, well, everybody else is doing this. I don't see what's wrong with this. I don't see what's wrong with dressing like this and going to these places where these people go and eating these kind of foods. Everybody's doing it. Well, the Most High gave us laws, statutes, and commandments that were to make us excel and be greater than and have a higher standard of living than the rest of the nations. He didn't want us to be regular in operation and in filthiness and associated in filthiness with these other nations. That's why give me Leviticus 10 and 10 real quick, right? Give me Leviticus chapter 10 verse 10. Read that.
Leviticus chapter 10 and verse 10. And that ye may put difference.
They said we're supposed to be doing what?
Put difference.
We're always supposed to be putting a difference between what?
Between holy and unholy.
Every day we got to put a difference between what's holy, what's consecrated, what's sacred, what's divine, and separate that from unholy. Every single day you got to make that distinction. Is what I'm doing holy, or is what I'm doing unholy? Is my behavior holy, or is my behavior unholy? Is the way I'm talking to people holy, or is the way I'm talking to people unholy? Is my dress code holy, or is the way I'm dressing unholy?
And I love what you're saying, because that means that we have to open the door for an outside opinion.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times if we have to self-audit, we're very light self-auditors. So we need an extra set of eyes, or a tutor, or a governor, or an outsider that is wanting the best for us, wanting to see our development,
reminding us.
Remind us we need an outside pair of eyes to keep us honest. Because if it's just one-on-one thinking and one-on-one what I think and one-on-one what I feel, I'm always telling myself an excuse.
I'm going to tell myself that what I'm doing is holy.
Yeah.
What I'm doing is right. But
Good enough.
But what the world does and what you do has to be a difference. What we do and what the world does, there has to be a separation. And you got to put a line in between what's right and wrong.
Yeah.
Just because the world does something don't mean it's right for us.
True.
And you have to do this. You have to do this at home. You have to do this on your jobs. You just can't be. I'm just going to be this socialite where I just can mingle with everybody. That's fine, but you can't be involved with everybody. It's good to be able to have a dexterous conversation where you can have a conversation with anybody, but that don't mean you partake in what everybody's doing.
That's a problem.
That's a problem. He said what?
It says, and that ye may put difference between holy and unholy,
Go ahead.
and between unclean and clean.
He says, and you got to have a separation between that which is clean and unclean. You have to have, there has to be a difference. You should not operate in the same way as the rest of the world. There be no, what's different about us if we operate like the world?
Nothing.
Nothing. We'd be unclean just like them. So when the Most High gave us these commandments, He's given us these commandments for the purpose of separation, dividing. I need y'all over here, y'all are holy to me, y'all are clean, and y'all over there, y'all unclean, y'all unholy. There's got to be a difference. So in Jerusalem, there's already this entity of individuals that want the Greek way.
They want inclusion.
They want inclusion. They want the freedoms. They want the style of worship. They want the holidays. They want the dress code. They want the ceremonies. They want the food. They want the Olympics.
Yeah.
They want the Olympic Games. They want the sports. They want the gymnastics, which means to exercise naked. They want to do everything the Greeks are doing. And that's why Jonathan has a battle and a war to eradicate that influence out of Jerusalem. And that's what he's doing in verse 20. Thawam, you got that, right?
Time.
Read that.
First Maccabees, verse 20.
Just a few more minutes. Yep.
Verse 20.
20.
First Maccabees chapter 11 and verse 20. At the same time, Jonathan gathered together them that were in Judea
Go ahead.
to take the tower that was in Jerusalem.
Go ahead.
And he made many engines of war against it.
And he made many what?
Engines of war against it.
So let's go to Romans chapter 7 verse 21. Let's go to Romans chapter 7 verse 21. Shalom everybody online.
Shalom,
Shabbat shalom.
Romans chapter 7 and verse 21.
All right.
I find then a law
He says, Paul said, I find it in the law.
that when I will do good,
He says, even when I try to do good, even when I try to be holy, even when I try to be clean, even when I try to do that which is right. Read.
evil is present with me.
You're always not just going to have to fight a battle on the outside. You're going to have to fight a battle where? On the inside.
So are you saying, just so I know, there's an Acura on the outside of us,
Yeah.
and there's an Acura on the inside of us too?
Yes. Where's the Acra on it? At the Acra is that citadel of Hellenized Jews. Where's the Acra on the inside of us? Say it again. Is our mind, which is swayed by the passions, which is the lower part of the body, which is also known as the kidneys or the liver or the gall or the gut, which is the desire that wants to indulge, get loose, have fun,
Lower
seek
nature.
pleasure, seek leisure, seek excitement, seek entertainment, seek fun, be irresponsible, be careless. There's always that side of us that wants to not care.
Yeah.
I just want to be free. I just want to go and not have to report.
Yeah. I want to be off the grid.
I want to be off the grid. I want to be isolated. I don't want to be bothered. So I can do what I want to do. There's always there's a fight that Jonathan has that he's explaining in Jerusalem. But that fight between good and evil exists on the outside and on the inside. Paul said it's a law. He said where I find good, he said what?
It says evil is present with me.
Evil's always going to be there. That means that they go together. That means, guess what then? That means every single day you have to make a conscious choice to be good. If good and evil go together and they coexist and they're inseparable, that means you have to separate it. That means you have to be the one that's saying, I choose to do good today. I choose to be good. I choose to be clean. I choose to be holy. I choose to be upright. Because the minute that you say, I don't want to make that choice, you're going to make the wrong choice. And you're going to give in to that equal opposite power that's never going anywhere. That opposite power is evil, and it's always pressing us to do evil. We're in a spiritual tug of war. I gotta make sure that I'm making a choice to say the right things, to do the right things, and I don't let evil get the best of me. I'm not gonna let evil get the best of me today. You have to think this way. You have to train yourself this way. Because good and evil are not going anywhere. They go together. There's no such thing like, well, I'm just being neutral. No, there ain't no neutral. You either being good or evil. Either one. There's no in between. What you got?
Ecclesiastes 14 and 14.
Read that.
Come. Ecclesiastes 14 and verse 14. Defraud not thyself of the good day, and let not the part of a good desire overpass thee.
He said, and not let the part of a what?
It says, and let not the part of a good desire.
So don't defraud yourself. Don't cheat yourself of the good. Because what that means is that sometimes people only see the bad. And they only focus on the bad. They only meditate on the bad. They only meditate on the problems. They only meditate on what's wrong.
Yeah.
Well, if you're only looking at what's wrong, if good and evil goes together, and you're only looking at the evil, then you're forfeiting and you're being oblivious to the fact that there's good here also.
Yep.
There's good somewhere. If things are bad, then obviously there's some good here also.
Come.
So I got to make the choice of knowing that there's good and I'm going to find it. And I'm not going to let nothing stop me from finding the good. Say if 90% of your day is bad, there's still some good somewhere. So you have to make a choice saying, you know what, I'm not going to cheat myself. Just because 90% of this day is bad, I'm going to find that 10% good.
And partially vice versa. Because some people will get 90% good and they'll ruminate on the 10% bad.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everything worked out this week. One thing happened, and that's all you talk about.
Right. Now, a sister asked, Eliana asked, are we supposed to pray for the destruction of our enemies? I've heard other camps do this. Well, we're going to follow what Christ said. Go to Matthew chapter 5, verse 42.
Matthew chapter 5, verse 42. Give to him that asketh thee, and from him that would borrow of thee, turn not thou away.
Read.
Ye have heard that it hath been said, thou shalt love thy neighbor and hate thine enemies.
Read.
But I say unto you,
What did Christ say?
love your enemies.
Love your enemies. What did Christ say?
Love your enemies.
You know why? Truth be told, do we really have any control?
Nope.
We don't have no control. You know, and also, we're so, how can I say this? The desire to hate is already in us. Yes, it is. The desire to hate is already in us. We sway and lean more to the hate side anyway.
Naturally.
So if we train ourselves to hate people, it won't be long before you train yourself to hate the people you're supposed to be loving.
Very true.
But if I train myself to love no matter what, then I'll extend that love no matter what to the people that matter.
To my own.
To the people that deserve it. How do you train yourself? We're most likely trained the wrong way. We've been groomed the wrong way.
Yeah.
I know we've been groomed the wrong way because go to 2 Timothy 3 and 15.
Second Timothy chapter 3 and verse 15.
Read that.
And that from a child.
You know, I know we've been groomed the wrong way. He says, because from that as a child, read.
Thou hast known the holy scriptures.
If it didn't come from this new generation that's in here, this young generation that we get the chance to lay our eyes on and be of an influence to, who really got a chance to understand the Bible like we do now when they were young? Who was trained this way when growing up? I know I can speak for my generation. We didn't have this. We had church on Sunday, and we had a couple of songs that we sang. We had Easter egg hunts, and we didn't. To get the Bible and to get the understanding that we got the chance to get now, that wasn't available back then, growing up. This new younger generation has a golden opportunity at a better chance to knowing the Bible than we do. It's more accessible. It's more available. It's more frequent. It's not once a week or twice a week. It's on a regular basis. He says, and from a child, read.
Thou hast known the holy scriptures.
Go ahead.
Which are able to make thee wise.
You know. If we were trained right, we would be better people. We would have become better people. That's how I know we weren't trained right. Because we're just getting fixed now. We're just being conscious of our decision making now. But if we would have got the right training growing up, we would know how to behave the right way. Read.
It says, which are able to make thee wise unto salvation.
Right. So now we've been trained wrong. We've been groomed wrong. And now we got to fix our errors at 20 years old, 25 years old, 30 years old, 35 years old, 40 years old, 50, 60, 70. We're still in the process of fixing ourselves from what we didn't get when we was young. But so what it shows is many of us must be retrained. Now, if we want to talk about praying for our enemies, yeah, you can pray for your enemies' downfall, or you can take what I would like to say. You could take David's approach to answer the question. You could take David's approach. How did David deal with his enemies? Let's go to Psalms 106.
Go.
Give me this verse. It's Psalms 10. Let me see. Hold on one second. Let me make sure I got it. It's Psalms 109. Not 106. Psalms 109. And give me a verse. Start at verse 6.
Psalms 109, verse 6. Set thou a wicked man over him.
So this is David talking about the people that treated him wrong. Did him wrong. Read on.
And let Satan stand at his right hand.
Read.
When he shall be judged, let him be condemned.
It said let him be what?
Let him be condemned.
A psalm is a song. This is a song that David is singing. And when we read these songs, are these not still songs praying that the Most High do what he's going to do for these enemies? Read on.
And let his prayer become sin.
He said, let this wicked man's prayer become what?
Become sin.
Read on.
Let his days be few, and let another take his office.
Go ahead. Read on down.
Let his children be fatherless.
Does it sound like David is praying or singing a song of a blessing to his enemies? No, he's not. Read on.
And his wife a widow.
He said, let his children be fatherless, and let his wife be a widow. Read on.
Let his children be continually vagabonds.
He said, let his children be vagabonds, and what else?
And beg.
So is it not in the Bible how David is praying for his enemies? It's all in the Bible. Read on.
Let them seek their bread also out of their desolate places.
He said, let them beg for food every day. Man, this is a strong.
Pretty angry.
This is a strong prayer.
Yeah.
I pray that your children, I hope all your kids don't grow.
That's what he said.
He said, my fofo, make sure all your kids turn into Tupac on this one. My fofo, make sure all your kids don't grow.
Kids out, his wife, his children,
His children,
family,
let your
his
children beg for food.
That's a crazy. He must have been really offended.
You have to be offended to send this kind of prayer up and sing this kind of song. Read on.
Let the extortioner catch all of them
See
that
that?
have it.
Let the extortioner, let somebody with just some diesel dude, some rough diesel dude come in there and make him owe somebody like this all
Yeah.
jacked and stuff like that.
Yeah. Read on.
And let the strangers spoil his labor.
He said, "Let the robbers come in.
Yeah.
Let people manipulate his labor." This doesn't sound like he's praying for good.
No.
Listen, there is time for prayers like this. Our camp, instead of focusing on the people that's evil, we understand in this camp who's the evil ones. We are. We could waste our time looking at the evils of our enemies, or we could worry about saving some time and putting the focus and concentrated effort on changing the evil that's in us.
So he can be spared.
Say it again.
Rooting out the evil.
Yeah, we got to root out the evil that's in us. We don't got really a lot of time to worry about the evil of our enemies. The scriptures say the wicked do wickedly.
Yeah.
The wicked are going to do what the wicked are going to do. Christ said that in
The
Revelation.
wicked are going to be wicked.
Yeah, he said that in Revelation. So they're going to do their job, but our job is to do our job. Our job is to focus on what evil do I have in me that needs to be rooted out. Or we could sing the songs of David and pray for the downfall of our enemies, but it's really a waste of time because we got too many skeletons in our closet. We got a graveyard in our closet.
And at one point, we were enemies. Like Paul. Paul's out there hunting people, persecuting people that follow Yahushua. Most High converted him into being a righteous man over time. A lot of times, this is a situation.
Yeah.
If you look at us not too long ago, but if you go back 20-something years, I was crawling through windows too, huh? Being a bad guy.
Yeah.
We were all doing things we shouldn't have been doing.
Yeah.
And Most High had mercy on us to convert us. So, I get praying for the adversaries to fall. Can I pull one scripture?
Yeah.
I want to pull 1 Kings 11 and 14. 1 Kings 11 and 14. But the question is, why is the adversary there sometimes? Sometimes we have to ask why the adversary is there.
1 Kings chapter 11 and verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
And the Most High stirred up an adversary unto Solomon.
Read that point again.
And the Most High
The Most High did what?
stirred up
He
an adversary.
stirred or he inspired an adversarial force or oppositional factor in Solomon's life. Now, what was Solomon doing? Was Solomon being the holiest God?
Nope.
What was Solomon doing?
He was experimenting.
Solomon was tapping into experimentation, idolatry, and folly. He was tapping into the left-hand side in his older age due to his abundance of, or superfluidity of women. There was abundance of women. That abundance factor, he lost consciousness of the Most High, like we went to class yesterday. It was appetite. So because his appetite became insatiable, what did the Most High have to do to correct his appetite? Send him a what?
An adversary.
An adversary. So the question is every enemy in my life there because I'm the poor innocent one? Or does the Most High inspire adversaries in my life partially because I may be off somewhere in my life?
Because that's the Most High shaking me up. Because he's trying to wake me up.
Come on.
All right, it's that time, right?
Yeah.
Can you finish the scripture?
Finish the scripture first.
All right. It says, and the Most High stirred up an adversary unto Solomon, Hadad, the Edomite.
He stirred up who? He stirred up an Edomite against him. People who systematically destroy him as much as they can.
A real enemy.
A real enemy. A person that loves what they do. They love to be.
They play the role very well.
They love to hate out.
They rejoice in it.
Yeah.
They love to hate.
So he's showing you that some of these enemies are brought on by the Lord. Because it's a corrective measure to get our attention. So I hope that answered the question, sis. About what Jonathan is doing. Remember, Jonathan is fighting the battle at home.
Yeah.
Jonathan is fighting the battle that's in Jerusalem. He's trying to root out this negative influence that's already existing and has taken a stronghold in Jerusalem amongst the people. So where you at, Dawan? We were in...
First Maccabees chapter 11, verse 21.
Yep. No. Before we go there, let's go to Ecclesiastes in the Apocrypha, Dawan 33 and 14. read that.
Ecclesiastes chapter 33 and verse 14. Good is set against evil.
The Most High always has these two opposing forces living together. Good is set against evil. They go together. They're inseparable. Read on.
And life against death.
It says, and life against death. These are forces that are always fighting against each other. Read on.
So is the godly against the sinner.
He says, so is the godly against the sinner. They're enemies. What else?
And the sinner against the godly.
And the sinner is against the godly. Showing that these opposing forces, the Most High created it this way. Read on.
So look upon all the works of the Most High.
Go ahead.
And there are 2 and 2, one against another.
He says 2 and 2, one against what?
Another.
One against another. So so the Most High made sure that in this life you recognize what side you're on, because sometimes you could play the role and you're playing the wrong role. Sometimes you're operating in the role of the evil, and you should be operating in the role of the good. Sometimes if you're not conscious enough about what's going on, what thoughts you let in your mind will easily meditate on the wrong things. Yes, sir.
God said there's opposing forces. Our job
Yes.
is to find out why am I being in that position? Why is this happening? What am I doing?
Exactly. What am I doing that's got these forces? Or if I don't know what I'm doing, sometimes we're a slave to sin.
Yeah, that's a real thing.
Like Romans talk about Romans 16, Romans 6 and 16. Sometimes we're slaves to sin, and we don't know that we've been conquered and subjugated by sin and evil.
You're right. It's facts.
You know, it's crazy. Sometimes you could be destructive to yourself and other people, and you do it in the name of just being cool. I bought you some drugs, and I told you to try it because I'm trying to be your friend.
Trying to be cool.
Because I was just trying to be cool with you. I want you to have a good time. Not realizing that I'm destroying you in the name of being cool.
That's what the actions are showing.
Sometimes we're destroying ourselves also in the name of fun
and being fitting in.
Just fitting in. But we don't realize it because we're so blinded. Sin blinds you. Sin is blinding. You don't even know you indulged in it.
That's true.
Until either the body fails, the mind fails, or something starts to fail, or the Most High starts stirring up enemies to you. Then you realize, man, I got to make some changes. It's usually not until that time I kind of don't want to go here because I kind of don't want to go here. I'm gonna save it. I want to read something, but it's later on in the class. But I don't want to jump it. Oh man, I don't want to.
So when the theme of these two men, one man died, another man didn't die, obviously, and then deal with Akron.
Yeah.
These forces are always around us, but the Most High is trying to show us through history. He's using history because the things written aforetime written for our learning. So we have the advantage of looking back.
Yes.
So we shouldn't operate and walk in blindness now.
No, we shouldn't. Man, jump up to Ecclesiastes 39 and read verse 25 and 27.
Ecclesiastes chapter 39 and verse 25. For the good are good things created from the beginning.
So guess what? The Most High has done this. He put these good and evil forces on the earth. And based on what decisions you make, you will get the one that you want. Both forces are on the earth already. Good and evil sit in the earth.
Yeah.
Your behavior dictates which one you're going to eat that day. Your behavior dictates which one you're going to adopt that day. So, he says to the good, if you choose to be good, he says, then what?
All these things are for good to the godly.
He says, all these things, read it again, verse 25.
Verse 25. For the good are good things created from the beginning.
Stop. So, who gets the good things that the Most High created on the earth?
The good.
The good. So, when the Most High created good and evil, It's a choice. You can get the one you want. They've already been prescribed and predestined for you to inherit the one that's based on your behavior, that matches your behavior. So if you choose to be good, you will get the good on the earth. Read on.
But the good are good things created from the beginning. So evil things for sinners.
Or if I choose to be a sinner, and I become reckless and careless, and I become compulsive and indulgent, and all I care about is what I want, and I don't care about doing things the right way, then what will I get in this earth? Evil. You get the one you want.
Do we choose it?
It's a choice, but you only got two options. You know what I'm saying? You only got two options.
No middle.
There's no middle option. You get two options on this earth and in this life. You pick the one you want, because the one that you pick, you may not say it, but the one that you get matches your behavior.
Wow.
And we're going to prove it. Jump to verse 27.
Verse 27. All these things are for the good to the godly.
Go ahead.
So to the sinners, they are turned into evil.
So the Most High, you know what's so crazy about it is, what we don't see, is that the Most High will use the same thing to be a blessing for the good. Same object, same element. He'll use it like, for example, electricity is modern day version of heat, right? Back in the day, 100 plus years ago, 150, they didn't have electricity. How did they cook? How did they warm their houses? Fire. They had to go out and chop some wood.
Yeah.
You had to go out and chop some wood, bring the wood in the house, put it in a cast iron stove, burn the wood, heat the house up, and cook your food. That's how you warmed the house, and that's how you made your food. That wood and that fire was needed to keep you alive and sustain you. The Most High will use the same wood and the same fire to burn you and destroy you. Same element.
Yeah.
So what the Most High does is, He controls the elements.
That's true.
He controls the elements so that the elements will either treat you good or the same element will treat you bad. The same element that can be used for your warmth, for your food, for your longevity, will be the same element. The Most High will turn it into an evil element where it's now for your hurt and your pain and your suffering. Just like them 3 kids that died in an apartment fire. 2 days ago.
Oh, what?
3 little kids died in an apartment fire. I think I was in Austin. 3 little kids died in an apartment fire, man. You can't. Why you would say, damn, why the kids, man? Why would that happen to the kids? And 2 other kids was injured. 3 didn't make it. What is the Most High doing? He used the same element to keep somebody warm, or use the same element to punish you. The Most High controls the elements. And I'm going to prove it because he's saying that in 27, right? Read verse 26.
Verse 26. The principal things for the whole use of man's life are water.
The Most High will take water. You need water. If you don't have water, you die. Your body dries up. Your cells dehydrate. You need water to live. Or too much water, you drown. Who controls the element? Same element can be a blessing to you or can be a curse to you. Who controls the element?
The Lord.
The Most High does. The Most High controls the element. What else?
Fire.
We just talked about fire. You need fire to cook your food. You need fire to keep you warm. But that same element, the Most High will turn it. He'll turn it if you don't act right. If you don't behave right, He'll alter it. So that it could punish you and match your behavior.
Yeah.
Read on.
Iron.
Go ahead.
And salt. Flour of wheat.
Salt is good for flavor. Or you could have hypertension. You can have stiffening. You can have hardened arteries. You can have stiff arteries. You can have a stroke, too much salt. Same element, which is great for preservation, great for flavor, will be the same element that will destroy your body, cause your brain to explode, your blood vessels to
It's
explode.
out of alignment with the Lord.
Yeah, same element. So based on your behavior, The Most High uses what's already in existence to either be a good to you or be an evil to you. Read on.
honey,
Go ahead.
milk,
Go ahead.
and the blood of the grape, and oil, and clothing.
Go ahead.
Grapes are great, but excess destroy your body. It's simple.
Yep. Read this for me, David. Read on, Tawam.
All these things are for good to the godly.
So the Most High will use the same elements for a good purpose. Read.
So to the sinners, they are turned into evil.
He says the Most High will turn these things into evil to match your evil. So you get in life what it is that you earned. The Most High will alter the element to match what you want. So if life is evil, who chose it? I did. If life was good, who chose it? I also did. The Most High just give you what you want. Read this for me right here. This is Follow 468. Read this right here. Give me right here for the elements.
Okay. Page 468. For the elements of the universe.
It says all the elements of the universe. Read.
Earth, water, air, and fire.
He says earth, water, air, and fire are elements, right? Read on.
Of which the world was made.
It says this is what the ingredients of what the world was made out of. Earth, what else?
Water,
Water,
air, and fire.
The earth was made out of these elements. Read on.
Of which the world was made.
Go ahead.
Were all by the command of the Most High.
The Most High commanded that these elements come together to create the earth. Read on.
Brought into a state of hostility.
It says, and the Most High brought these elements in a state of hostility. Read.
Against them.
Against them. Why would the Most High bring earth, water, air, and fire in a state of hostility against you?
The elements, yeah.
Why would he use the elements against you? Read.
So that the country of those impious men.
Impious means those that are without faith in God or a belief in God. Impious, they have no respect for God. He says the Most High will take these elements and they will be a curse to you if you don't have a respect for God. Read on.
The country of those impious men was destroyed in order to exhibit the height of the authority which God wielded, who had also fashioned those same elements.
He says the Most High also has fashioned those same elements, earth, fire, air, and water. Read.
At the creation of the universe, so as to secure its safety.
It says, but also those same things will keep you what? Safe. The same thing that could bring you pain is the same thing that will keep you safe. But depending on how you behave, that water will change. Depending on how you behave, that wood will change.
Yeah.
Depending on how you behave, that air will change. Depending on how you behave, that earth will change. If we don't understand this, you bring evil to yourself by your decision making. You contract what you put out there. If you put evil out in the world, you get evil in return. You put wickedness out there, you get wickedness in return. Keep doing what you want to do, that's fine. But don't be mad when you get evil. Because that's the way it was supposed to be. That's the way it was meant, and that's how it was made. Don't be shocked when things don't go your way. You deserve that. Don't get mad at everybody around you because things are going sour. You brought that to yourself. You actually changed the elements. We don't even know we have that kind of power to change the elements. Did not Joshua stop the sun by one prayer?
Sun stop, moon stop.
Moon stop by one prayer? You got more control than what you think. Did not Moses speak to a rock and water came out? You got more power than what you think. You got more. Did not Elijah call fire down from heaven? You got more power than what you think.
But it all came from the intimacy and connection with the Heavenly Father, and the Most High opened that pathway to manipulate the element. I gotta go through the Most High. Well, people do on earth, they go through other spirits, alternate spirits. They operate in the spirit of witchcraft. Let's go to alternate spirits to get the same reaction. Call me now. Let's call 1-800-CLEO.
Right.
Let's go ahead and get these roots out the ground and play this game and play the dirt, and get a little blood and throw the blood in the roots and shake it up and throw a prayer and ask the spirits to go ahead and make this person fall in love with him.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and drink this certain drink with a little bit of blood in it, and then pray this demon to inhabit the body, and then this demon give you the instructions you need to go ahead and get ABC answers and information, or give you ABC certain skill set and creativity. You want to skip the Most High and manipulate the elements. But if you're in order and go to the Most High, He'll bless your prayer and manipulate the elements for your behalf, on your behalf.
And and they'll change based on where you are with Him.
Yeah.
Read that.
It says, could change them all whenever he. Sorry, I read it wrong. The creation of the universe was secure and safety. Who could change them all whenever he pleased?
It says the Most High could do what?
Change them all.
The Most High could change the elements. Go ahead.
Whenever he pleased.
So whenever He pleased, read.
To affect the destruction.
The what?
To affect the destruction of impious men.
So what is the Most High known for historically?
Destroying impious men, but with elements.
But He changes the elements,
He
is what He's
changes
known
the
for. The Most High changes the condition. Meaning, the same thing that could be a blessing to you will be a curse to you. We need jobs. And you'll get a job. But if you're not right with the Most High, that job could be a blessing.
Or be hell.
Or that job could be a curse. Guess who controls that? You do. We control that. We got more power than we think we have, than we know we have. We're unconscious of the fact that we're swaying the Most High's decision making based on our behavior and our speech and our actions. We're the ones doing that. So now let's go back, Tawam, and read that in Ecclesiastes 39-27.
Ecclesiastes chapter 39 and verse 27. All these things are for good to the godly. So to the sinners they are turned into evil.
So do we understand that? I think we understand that point. There's more on the same point. I don't think it's needed though.
Yeah, go there.
Yeah. No, it's cool. There's more, but it's. I think we got this point already. I think that point is made. So let's go back to 1 Maccabees chapter 11 verse 21.
1 Maccabees chapter 11 and verse 21. Then certain ungodly persons who hated their own people.
It says now in this Accra, in this citadel that's in Jerusalem, you had certain people that what?
Then certain ungodly persons who hated their own people.
This is what Jonathan had work to do. You got to root out the people that hate. You got people that hate your own people, that are haters of your own kind. Jonathan gotta go fight this fortified tower that's full of men that hate their own people. They'd rather love the Greek way and love the Greeks than love the Most High and His people, than love the sheep. They got more love for the Greeks than their own people.
Because they want to benefit.
Because they want the freedoms, they want the liberties, they want the lifestyle that the Greeks have. But I hate my own people. Now, it is a shame for us to despise our own kind.
Yeah.
The water, sir. That's a shame. Read on.
Went unto the king and told him that Jonathan besieged the tower.
Go ahead.
Whereof, when he heard, he was angry.
He said that Jonathan what?
That Jonathan besieged the tower.
Go ahead.
Whereof, when he heard, he was angry.
So this is Demetrius II he was not like his father. Remember Demetrius the First? We went over it about a month ago. What was Demetrius the First known for? Does anybody remember? Demetrius the First was known for staying concealed and hidden in a tower, and he wouldn't come outside. He wouldn't deal with his affairs of the kingdom. He was a king that didn't want to come out of his castle. He was in his comfort zone. And quite often, he made it almost impossible for people that had problems to come to him and open the door to hear out their issues.
I don't want to be reached.
He didn't want to be reached. He didn't want to be bothered.
Everybody blocked that.
Everybody blocked. He had people blocked.
Yeah.
And we know Demetrius the First caught a bad reputation because he was slothful in the fact that he didn't want to come out and deal with any problems. He didn't want to solve problems. And a lot of us also had that same slothfulness. But Demetrius the Second, his son, was not like his father. Anytime there was a problem, he was quick, urgent to try to find a resolution and a solution, or at least find out where the trouble's coming from. He was not like his father. Read on.
Verse 22. Whereof when he heard, he was angry, and immediately removing, he came to Ptolemaeus, and wrote unto Jonathan, that he should not lay siege to the tower, but come and speak with him at Ptolemaeus in great haste.
So he said, listen, he wrote a letter to Jonathan, said, listen, man, stop fighting against the tower and meet me at Ptolemaeus. Remember, Ptolemaeus is that island off near Tyre and Zidon, which is an ancient Phoenician coastline. So he said, listen, meet me at Ptolemaeus, meet me at the coast, and we'll discuss what it is that you got going on with this tower in the citadel. So did Jonathan actually listen to him? Read on.
Nevertheless, Jonathan, when he heard this, commanded to besiege it still.
He said, did Jonathan stop fighting against that tower? Nope.
So what was going on? I missed a little bit of it.
So Demetrius is trying to get Jonathan to stop besieging the tower of Acre. And Jonathan, he said, meet me at Ptolemaeus. But Jonathan is like, look, man, I only got so much time and a window of opportunity
to deal with this,
to root out this wickedness.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take responsibility and accountability. And I'm going to try to take as much of this opportunity that I can and maximize this opportunity. He's got the authority.
Yeah.
He's got the royal crown. He was given the high priesthood.
The Most High kept putting him in. Can I ask this question?
Mm-hmm.
The Most High is continuously putting him in position to handle the problem.
Yes. And so he wasn't going to let a Greek king stop him from eliminating the evils that was in Jerusalem. Okay. He felt like it was his obligation, and he was having a great opportunity to get a hold of that negative spirit that was in Jerusalem.
Yeah.
Just like when you got a foothold on your sins, and you got a foothold on your issues, and you either got to make a decision to say, you know what, like say if you have a goal of losing weight, and you've already started noticing that the weight is coming off,
yeah,
and the urges are getting stronger to deviate from your discipline and your routine.
That's a real thing.
Or do I say, you know what, I've lost enough? Or do I say, you know what, this is too dangerous. This is too hard. Yeah. It's too much, causing me too much inconvenience. I can't afford eating like this. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to keep this up. Or do you not see an opportunity where you finally start to break a spirit in something and say, you know what, I refuse to give in because I can see things swaying in my favor?
I love the point you're bringing up, bro. It's like we get the opportunity to break these spirits that have technically enslaved us and affected us. And Most High wants to take our foot off the gas.
Why take your foot off the gas when you have opportunity?
It's right there.
Well, you're building momentum. That's why, when we tell people that's coming to class, and it takes time before their eyes start to open up, where they start to be aware and conscious of the fact that they're in a spiritual war, and they start making the right decisions, and they start making progress, and they get to a point where, Satan will always do this too. As soon as you make spiritual progress, Satan will come in and throw an opportunity for you to have another choice or another option. And this is why we tell brothers that, these many men have come in the truth. And we tell them, man, listen, just go all the way in. We tell them the same thing that was told to us. Just go all the way in.
Head first.
Go in head first. And the Most High will show you and prove to you that He's with you. And as soon as you tell a man that, a distraction comes out of nowhere that pulls him in a different direction. Yeah. And he has a decision to make. I finally got a foothold on what it is that I need to handle and what I need to do in my spirit to alter my spirit. We had a brother, he started coming to class in 2015. Coming to class, good musician. I don't want to say his name because I'll let him tell a story on his own. He's here in the camp. Good musician. Coming to class in 2015. Things were kind of going. The Most High was shaking his life up just enough to get his attention to come to class. And then right when he started coming to class, he got a record deal. He got a phone call. And
we need you, man.
They said, listen, man, we want you to come to Houston. We already got we're going to pay for the studio time. We're going to pay for the studio time. We want you to lay down a couple verses and a couple of tracks. And this is something that this person's been waiting for a long time. Been doing music for a long time. Been singing and rapping for a long time. And right when he's coming to class, a subsidiary of what's Lil Flip's record label?
I forgot, bro. Not Swab House. It's crazy. I forgot all information, bro. It was
Cloverleaf or whatever.
Yeah, it was
whatever.
Sip and Serve.
Whatever Lil Flip's record label is, they call him up right at the point where he's coming to class, getting his spirit cleaned up. Record company calls. We got a deal. We want you to lay down some songs. We come and pick you up. We're going to the studio. We already gonna lay down the verses. So and so gonna do it for free. These things are already paid for. All you gotta do is lay down the track, and we're gonna take these tracks. And come to find out, they end up stealing some of his songs.
Man,
they end up stealing some of his songs. Also, I let the brother say it because he can tell you better than I can. But he also got 2 million streams online. He had an audience. He got 2 million streams on certain platforms, music platforms. Music was selling, but the Most High was pulling him out the world. So quite often, most of the time, when the Most High got His hand on you, the tug of war starts.
It's almost like auctioning, where let's say $1 million, and somebody says, "So I'll pay $1,004." So I'll pay $1,010,000. Okay, I'll pay $1,050,000 out of that. You have the Most High and Satan. Your soul and your life is being almost auctioned.
Yeah.
To where they're bidding for the purpose of your life. And Most High sees you got to get blessed, come in the truth, get salvation, get the knowledge, get answers to your problems, live a righteous life. Say like, nah, I got a bid for him.
Yeah.
Put a record deal out there.
I put a record deal out here because this is what he's been waiting on for a long time. He's been waiting on this.
I know what he really like.
Yeah.
There you go. How about that?
That record deal never came until he came to class.
Yep.
How come that record deal didn't never come? It was never there until he came to class. Finally, you come to class, and finally the record deal show up.
The spirit opens up. Record deal.
Yeah.
Somebody's in the office like, you know what? What about this guy? I like this guy.
Play that track one more time.
Play it one more time.
Find out his email. Get a hold of his. Find out his A&R, and get him on a plane over here.
You're literally reading scriptures, getting the scriptures. I'm an Israelite. I'm a Hebrew from this tribe. And somebody's in the other room. Some Jewish guy's like, you know what? We need this guy.
We need this guy, man.
Where good is what?
Evil's present. And you got to recognize that every time you take steps to do something right, there's always going to be somebody or something trying to pull you in the other direction.
That's crazy.
Once you have a foothold on and a knowledge that, hey, I'm going in the right direction, then you can't let your foot off the gas. You're going to get pulled in all kind of ways. But you got to go ahead and say, you know what? I can see the light. I can see what the good and what I'm doing. And I'm not going to, it's no different than myself. When I came in the truth, I wouldn't get no promotions on the job.
It's crazy.
As soon as I put in my 2 weeks notice, they offered me $25,000.
What is that about?
I know what it's about now.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was about then. What? Y'all didn't care about me on the job. You never gave me a bonus, never gave me a raise. As soon as I said I'm finna go in the truth, I'm gonna go work with these men, I'm gonna put my 2 weeks notice in. I get a phone call, hey, we want to give you $25,000 if you stay.
And let's just be clear. 25,000 in that time period was double the money it is now.
Oh yeah.
25,000 sounds like nothing now.
Yeah, this is the 90s.
In the 90s,
Late
$25,000 was bread.
Yeah, that was strong. That was strong. It'll make you scratch your head like, is this really the Bible? Is this really the Most High? Is this really?
What scripture was that?
Is this really God trying to talk to me?
Yeah.
25,000 on the board.
Yeah.
But you know what? I said no, thank you. And it was the best decision I ever made.
How was the reaction to that?
Well, they actually thought that something was wrong with me. They said mentally something was wrong with me because who would turn down $25,000 at a time when that was big money back then? It was big money back then. Yes, sir.
Could it be like when you get, like, say you block some people and then like they randomly text you from the business
Yes.
number after you leave that?
Every time. Every time.
That's weird.
It's not weird. You have to know that it's a spiritual war. That your eyes are starting to open up to realize these are these demons that won't go away. These are demons.
I'm not gonna lie, bro.
These demons are still trying to get me caught up. So I'm trying my best to block, delete, change names, change phone numbers. That's why we tell people, listen, you come in the truth, get rid of all your friends. Change your phone number. They ain't going nowhere. Trust me, they're going to show up.
In fact, they're gonna look for you.
They're going to be, I've been looking for you.
Everybody loves you now.
I had a guy that hired a private investigator, dude I grew up with in the world. He hired a private investigator to find me.
Where's Kevin? Where is he?
Yep. Spent some money, and I ended up seeing him in the mall. He was like, "Dude, I hired a private investigator to look for you." I said, "You blew your money. I've been in the mall this whole time. All you do is go to the mall. All you do is go to the mall. Trust me, they're gonna find you. They're gonna look for you. Just cut them off. Cut them off, and they're gonna try to find. They're gonna try to find a way back in.
Yep.
Because once you start making life-changing decisions, you can't take your foot off the gas. You got to keep going. Everything in the world is gonna try to pull you back to the old you, to being the old person you used to be.
I'm gonna tell you how you test them. You test them by saying, "Hey, that's what I'm doing right now. Why don't you come to class with me?" Their reaction to that conversation tells you everything you need to know.
Yep.
If they really love you, they'll go to class and see what you're learning.
Yep.
But when they have their face changes up, they turn up and they look at you crazy, and they mock you and say, "There ain't no way I'm going to that." Now you know who sent that spirit.
Yep. Yep.
So you
That's a great way to test it.
Hey, but listen, bro, I'm begging these people, man. I'm begging you, come through. Ain't no way I'm going to class on Friday, dog. Ain't no way, bro. That's the best night. We always go out on Friday. I said, come on, bro. You know I'm learning is powerful, bro. Come check this out. No, dog, I can't do that. It's the best.
Y'all ain't got nothing on Sundays?
That's always the question. What about Sunday? I said, we got class Monday through Friday, bro. Come through on a Monday. Listen, I got to work. But when it comes to just going out to the club, you're never tired.
No.
When it comes to being wicked, you're never tired. We can go 48 hours straight.
No.
But if it's the Bible open, I don't want no part of that. That's how you know. Remember at the mall, we would have these clients that would never leave the cart? What was the number one way you got rid of those customers?
Open the Bible.
Man, they want to keep, they don't want to leave the cart, and they want to arrest you at the cart. You just pull the scriptures out. Let me go to Psalms 119 real quick.
Hey, you read this lately, man? You read this lately? Hey, I'm gonna show you something. Let me show you what I've been learning.
Remember Luke Frigno?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you pull the Bible out and it's like kryptonite. Phew, they out of there.
Yeah.
So then, were they really there for you, or there was a distraction to you? You got to recognize what it is. That's why Jonathan is not. He's not hesitating on removing this spirit, this entity that's in Jerusalem. Once you got a stranglehold on your issues and your problems, you got to get rid of all the other. You got to cut. If that means cutting friends off, that means cutting associates off. You got to do what you got to do. Even you got to cut yourself off.
Yeah.
You got to abstain from certain pleasures yourself.
Yeah.
Once you got some forward momentum, you can't give in. You can't let up.
It's hard to get that momentum.
It's hard to get that momentum back. It's hard to get it back. That's why once you got a routine going and you got to establish routine, it's best to stay on that routine. Now that's why Jonathan right here is not letting Demetrius II pull him away from that, rooting out that negative that's in Jerusalem.
Hey, bro, because that I think it might send to me. It might send to you.
Is that right now?
It's not. It's,
Okay, ask him what information is. Just text him what information. Okay, so what verse is that, Thawam?
Verse 23.
Is that verse 23? Keep reading.
First Maccabees chapter 11 and verse 23. Nevertheless, Jonathan, when he heard this, commanded to besiege it still.
He still gave the order to do what?
Besiege it.
Keep fighting. Keep tearing it down. I'm not going to stop. We're not going to stop because he understands
it's the wrong time.
this is a distraction.
Yeah.
I got a foothold on this evil, and now they want to send orders to stop the assault on the evil. I'm not stopping.
Yeah. You know, it shows he been wanting that tower down. He wasn't tolerating. Because sometimes what we do, we'll see the tower there and we'll tolerate because we don't want to deal with it.
Right.
That mess in my life, that pile of issues in my life, I'm really avoiding it. So I just tiptoe around the issues around my life.
Yep.
He wanted to get to it, but he kept getting blocked. He wasn't allowed to deal with it. So he got the chance. He said, I'm not letting anything stop me. I got the opportunity right now. Whereas we will tiptoe around issues, and we'll let the issues stay in life for 5 to 6 years. The Most High gave you a green light to deal with it.
He gave you opportunity.
God.
He gave you opportunity to deal with it. So he said he didn't take his foot off besieging it. Read on.
And he chose certain of the elders of Israel and the priests and put himself in peril.
So he said, you know what? I'll go myself to meet Demetrius II, and I'll bring some elders with me, and I'll bring some priests with me. But as far as the young soldiers, keep letting them young soldiers invade that tower and break the walls down to that tower. He said, but me and these elder men, we'll go handle this right here. Hold that. And he said he put himself in peril, right? Hold that, and let's go to... No, keep reading. Keep reading. We'll go to 27.
Verse 24. And took silver and gold and raiment and diverse presents besides, and went to Ptolemais unto the king, where he found favor in his sight.
He says he actually altered the anger and changed the mentality that Demetrius II was in. And it showed that he didn't give up. Read on.
And though certain ungodly men of the people had made complaints against him.
It says, and even though ungodly men was complaining against Jonathan, read on.
Yet the king entreated him as his predecessors had done before, and promoted him in the sight of all his friends.
He says, and he promoted him in the what?
In the sight of all his friends.
Okay, let me see. Hold on. Let me see.
In 1 second, bro.
So, break this down for me, Dalia. Break this down for me. Get Psalms 27, 11 through 14 and break that down for me.
27, 11 through 14?
Yes, sir.
All right. Psalms 27, verse 11 through 14. Let's go.
Psalms chapter 27 and verse 11.
Okay.
Psalms chapter 27 and verse 11. Teach me thy way.
First point is teach. We have to be the spirit of being taught, which means if you're being taught that you are a what? A student. That's a humbling position. So I have to be the spirit of taking instruction. You can never lose the ability to be a student. Even when you're a teacher. Even when you're a high-ranking individual. Even when you're somebody that has authority over your home, over the people around you. You can never lose the position of being a student because there's always been a lesson for your spirit. There's always a lesson that you haven't mastered yet. None of us have mastered every lesson we need to master. A lot of us are repeating the same grade over and over in the truth. A lot of us are repeating the 4th and 5th grade 10 times. If we're going to be honest. Because we've had multiple failures. I'm not talking bad. We've had multiple failures just in certain areas. In other areas, you might be ahead of everybody. You might have blew everybody out the water in certain areas. But in that one area, there's that blind spot. There's that area that you're just not good at. And where's your battle come? Does it come in your strength, the area of your strength?
No.
The issue in the battle always comes in the place you're weak at. And to get the blessing, you got to fight the area that you're the weakest at. That's by design. It's by design to put you back at the position of being a student again. Because now I have to ask for help. I have to ask for counsel. I have to start studying again. I have to sit here and not trust myself because this is the one area I fail at. If it's finances, if it's domestic areas of marriage, if it's instruction of children, if it's health, whatever area you're avoiding the most, you can almost guarantee your battle's going to be in that area at a critical time. And now you have to be a student again. So what David said, he said what?
Teach me thy way.
Teach me your way. David had a lot of experience. He had a lot of wisdom. He was trained. He had Samuel checking him all day. He was getting checked all day by Samuel. And Gad the seer. You know what David had to do? And you don't think David came out the military ranks, he didn't have people over him at that time, and all his brothers? All the instructors he had, and all the people that were teaching him. And he's in a position of power and authority. And he said, I still want to be taught. That takes a humble person. As the old saying goes, Kawakam says all the time, he says the humblest cow gets the most what? Gets the most milk. So if you want the milk or you want the substance to keep survivability in the truth, or to keep surviving and keep thriving and winning your battle, you can't forget, can I be taught? I must be in the position of one being taught. I'm not beyond instruction. Read.
Teach me thy way, O Most High, and lead me in a plain path.
Second point, lead me. So I'm in the position of a student, and now I'm able to be led. Most High can always be with a person like that. No matter what your balance. If you're attacking your Acura, or another Acura around you, or if you're in a battle that you're unfamiliar with, or you're in a scenario you can't control, or you're under major pressure. A lot of us are under pressure. Maybe not all of us, but a lot of us under different levels of pressure. There's different emergencies we've got in our life that we don't even talk about. That there's different silent emergencies that we're conscious of or unconscious of. If you're in the posture of a student that can be led, the Most High can always guide you and work you through those scenarios and give you the victory. Read.
Because of mine enemies.
Because of my what?
Enemies.
Enemies are not always people. Enemies are also situations. I'm always in the situation where I'm in the position to lose it all. I'm always in a situation where I'm about to fail. I'm always in a position where I have peanut butter, no jelly. I'm in a position where I can't control the elements, or I don't have the resources. Or I'm in a position where I'm blinded. I really can't see the outcome. Or I'm in a position where I need more faith. I need more belief. If you're in the spirit of I'm the teacher, or I can't be taught anymore, then there's no need for you to attain more belief. But if you're in the spirit of the student, or the one in the spirit of learning, or the spirit of discipleship, you'll always be open to the idea, I need more faith. I need to be trained. I need more training. I need to be retrained. I need to be retaught. I need to be reinstructed. Or I need to perfect my instructions. I need to be re-guided. Continue.
Verse 12. Deliver me not over unto the will of mine enemies.
And what does that mean? Don't let my life go down the path that these situations that are not for the benefit of myself, my family, and my salvation, don't let me go down that dark path. A lot of us find ourselves slipping down a dark path. And we don't know how we slipped down this dark path. But a lot of times, we fell down a dark path because we stopped being in the posture of a student.
Yep.
We stopped being in the posture of one that can be instructed.
Read on.
For false witnesses are risen up against me.
Now think about it. Jonathan has these unloving, Hellenized Jews that want to usher in a Greek-dominated society that's spreading false rumors on Jonathan. They're complaining. That's why they have Demetrius II stirred up, and he's angry. And he said, "Man, listen, meet me at Ptolemais and stop invading that temple right now." And they were spreading false rumors against him. Read on.
You want me back up?
No. Finish that in Psalms.
Come. For false witnesses are risen up against me.
And this is what, and in life, there's people that's going to spread false rumors about you. In life. How do you deal with people that spread false rumors about you in life? Read on.
And such as breathe out cruelty.
And they breathe out cruelty. They're cruel to you. Read on.
I had fainted.
He says it'll break you. If you listen to it, it'll break you. If you let it get to you, it'll destroy you. Read on.
Unless I had believed to see the goodness of the Most High.
When you have people that have it out for you, they take the good that you do, they twist it, they make you out to be the evil person. You have to put more faith in the Most High at this time. When the odds are stacked against you and people are stacked against you, you have to put more faith and trust in the Lord. Read on.
Unless I had believed to see the goodness of the Most High in the land of the living.
Go ahead.
Wait on the Most High.
What does the Bible say?
Wait on the Most High.
So when people are obviously spreading false rumors, do you have to vindicate yourself? No. Do you have to go eye for an eye, evil for evil? Since you lied, I'm gonna lie on you? No. He says, wait on who?
Wait on the Most High.
Read on.
Be of good courage.
Be of good courage. Read on.
And he shall strengthen thine heart.
The Lord shall what?
Strengthen thine heart.
The Lord will strengthen your mind. He'll give you the ability to endure whatever it is that you're going through. Read on.
Wait, I say on the Most High.
Go ahead. He said, wait, I say on the Most High. And let that go. And let's go back to 1 Maccabees chapter 11. And we're in verse 26. We're in the red book. We're in 1 Maccabees chapter 11. And we're in verse 26. Right?
Come on, read verse 26 again.
Yeah, read 26 again.
1 Maccabees chapter 11 and verse 26. Yet the king entreated him as his predecessors had done before, and promoted him in the sight of all his friends.
Think about this. This man is really coming out to do harm to Jonathan. And Jonathan, through his faith in the Lord, changed the whole situation into a promotional campaign. He was about to be put to death. And the Most High switched the heart of Demetrius II to where instead of putting him to death, he ended up promoting him in front of everybody. Read.
And confirmed him in the high priesthood and in all the honors that he had before, and gave him preeminence among his chief friends.
Go ahead.
Then Jonathan desired the king that he would make Judea free from the tribute, as also the three governments, with the country of Samaria, and he promised him 300 talents. So the king consented, and wrote letters unto Jonathan of all these things after this manner. King Demetrius unto his brother Jonathan, and unto the nation of the Jews, sendeth greeting. We send you here a copy of the letter which we did write unto our cousin Lasthenius concerning you, that he might see it. King Demetrius unto his father Lasthenius sendeth greeting. We are determined to do good to the people of the Jews.
He said, so this man had a death wish But because he stayed faithful and he trusted in the Most High, that king that had it out for him, that was full of wrath against him, changed his whole mentality and says, we're not going to hurt you no more. We only want to do you good. That's the power of waiting on the Most High, of having faith in the Most High and not taking matters in your own hands. Look at how he changed his whole heart. Read on.
We are determined to do good to the people of the Jews, who are our friends.
This once again is the element.
Yep.
Fire, water, earth, air, and the heart of the king.
Yep.
That can be turned for your benefit or can turn against you.
Either way.
Based off your connection to the Most High.
Come. Read.
Who are our friends and keep covenants with us, because of their goodwill toward us. Wherefore we have ratified unto them the borders of Judea,
Read.
the three governments of Ephraim.
You're gonna read to 37.
Come. And Lydia and Ramatham, that are added unto Judea from the country of Samaria, and all things appertaining unto them, for all such as do sacrifice in Jerusalem, instead of the payments which the king received of them yearly aforetime out of the fruits of the earth and of trees. And as for other things that belong unto us, of the tithes and customs pertaining unto us, as also the salt pits and the crown taxes, which are due unto us, we discharge them of them all for their relief.
Read on.
And nothing hereof shall be revoked from this time forth forever.
He said, so with Jonathan's faith and wisdom, he negotiated tax relief for 3 cities of Jews, where they were no longer being taxed at all by the Greek civilization. And the king that wanted to kill him came back and gave him a tax break and said, listen, from this point on, you don't have to worry about these 3 cities. We'll never have to worry about paying taxes. The Most High controls the hearts even of your enemies. Well, your enemies will change, and instead of having a desire to do you hurt, the Most High will change their mind to do you good. The Most High has that kind of power. He'll change the heart of your enemies to where now they want to treat you better. Think about what Jonathan just did. How much did he just save his people in his nation? Where they don't have to pay no more Greek tax. Forever. Or at least for now.
Yeah.
And he got the letter and the receipt and the copy in his hand showing it, the proof. I got the proof right here in my hand that we don't have to pay taxes no more. What they do to Wesley Snipes for trying not to pay taxes? Wesley Snipes had to go to jail. Wesley Snipes was one of the biggest actors in Hollywood after the Blade series. But he didn't pay his taxes. And he went to jail. He went to prison.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to let you. They're not going to let you get away with not paying your taxes. They'll put you in prison for not paying taxes. They'll confiscate everything you own for not paying taxes. But think about the benefits that come with us for serving the Lord. Even your enemies will be at peace with you. Finish that?
Verse 37.
Mm-hmm.
Now therefore see that thou make a copy of these things, and let it be delivered unto Jonathan, and set up the holy mount in a conspicuous place.
That word conspicuous means open to view or easily seen. He took that letter and he put it on a mountaintop where everybody could read it. That these 3 cities don't pay no more taxes no more. And the king told him to put it in a place where it could be mounted so that it could be easily visible. So everybody knows in this jurisdiction, these people don't pay no tax.
Out in the open.
It's out in the open.
There's no secret little. It's cool. Just keep it.
Yeah, we got a deal. We made a deal.
It's a deal.
No,
Keep on the low.
man. This is the new law. The new law is for these 3 cities. We don't pay no taxes no more. We don't owe no more taxes. That means you keep all your money. Think about when you get paid on your job. You know how much taxes come out of your check when you get paid on your job? Before you even get paid, they tax you. Before you even get your portion that you actually earn, that you actually work for, that you put the hours in, they take their taxes off the top. You might have had for the week. After they get their taxes out, you got 425 or 375. You got 375 left. And then don't let it be overtime, because then they tax at a higher rate. Overtime is taxed at what, 30% or 18%? So the more you make, the more they take. So you walk away with 375, and you're supposed to get back 500. Now that 375, everything you buy now is going to have a tax on it. Everything you buy, there's a sales tax 8.25% here in Texas. Everything you buy, you got to pay 8.25%. Every gallon of water, 8.2. Well, there ain't supposed to be no tax on water, but they depend on what you buying. 8.25. Every shirt, 8.25. Every piece of food you got, 8.25. Everything you buy, you get 8.25. By the time you actually look at the money that you made for the week, you might have started off at 500. After you done paid all the taxes, school tax, sales tax, property tax, county tax, city tax, federal tax, state tax. By the time you paid all your taxes, you got $200 left. And if you got insurance, you in trouble. Don't have vision and medical and dental. You got vision, medical, and dental. You really ain't got. You got $100 left. You made 500. You got $100 left. You got nothing left. So he's showing the benefits that we're reading about by this man making a commitment to serve the Lord. It not only benefited him, it benefited his people. Where they became tax free. So we do the Texas tax back, where we get a tax free weekend before school. Every August before school time, they give you no taxes on your school clothes for kids. But when you actually look at the taxes, the tax break, it really ain't no break, because the clothes are regular price.
Or they drop the price to where it comes up to the price that they actually need to pay.
Yeah, so if they start off at regular price and they take the taxes off, you was almost better waiting for a sale.
Ha!
You was better
waiting for the
you better wait.
Yeah.
You better off waiting to January when they getting rid of the winter clothes.
Be ahead of the game.
And go ahead and buy them clothes when they phasing out those winter clothes and bringing in them summer clothes or spring clothes. You might as well get them winter clothes for later on that year for winter. And in the summertime, when they get rid of all them shorts and all that, you might as well buy all that, because they get ready to change that out for winter. They phase out summer and buy them summer clothes cheap and save those for the next year. Buy a couple of sizes too big. We're gonna get you. I know you're like a 6'7". We're gonna get you an 8'9". We're gonna get you a 10. By the time 6 more months, you'll catch up to this 8'9", because it ain't worth it. It's not worth it. But think about the benefits that Jonathan is bringing to the table, because he's choosing to serve the Lord and wait on the Most High to come through, even when his enemies got their mind against him. Hold that, and let's go back to the Josephus. We're gonna go to Josephus, book 13, chapter 4, paragraph 9, line 121. We are in the Josephus, and we are in page 343.
Antiquities of the Jews, book 13, chapter 5, paragraph 9, line 121.
We're in page 343.
Come.
And we're at line 121.
Come. But Jonathan, the high priest, levied an army out of all Judea and attacked the citadel at Jerusalem and besieged it. It was held by a garrison of Macedonians and by some of those men who had deserted the customs of their forefathers. These men at first despised the attention of Jonathan for taking the place, as depending on its strength. But some of those wicked men went out by night and came to Demetrius and informed him that the citadel was besieged, who was irritated with what he heard, and took his army and came from Antioch against Jonathan. And when he was at Antioch, he wrote to him and commanded him to come to him quickly to Ptolemais. Upon which Jonathan did not intermit the siege of the citadel,
He didn't stop attacking the citadel. Read on.
but took with him the elders of the people and priests, and carried with him gold and silver and garments, and a great number of presents of friendship, and came to Demetrius, and presented him with them, and thereby pacified the king's anger.
So you know what he knew how to do that we don't know how to do? When somebody's angry at us, what we do is we fight fire with fire. And what happens when you fight fire with fire? Say it again. I can't hear you. It diffuses the argument? Oh, infuses. Yes, absolutely. It infuses the problem. So when you fight fire with fire, you can do that. If somebody's yelling and you can yell too, and if somebody's getting loud with you, you can get loud too. If somebody being threatening or attacking, you can do that too. But one gift and skill that we're reading about is we're reading about a man who had the king angry at him, and he knew exactly what to do and what to say to calm the whole situation down and to take the threat away out of this person's mind. Do we know how to do that? Or do we know how to start fires? We know how to instigate things and make matters even worse than what they are. What Jonathan knew how to do was to take a situation that's agitated and calm it all the way down and pacify the king's wrath. That's a gift and that's a skill. That means that no matter who you're dealing with, you could take a situation and diffuse it. You could take a situation through your calmness, through your self-control, through your self-restraint, and through your wisdom and your faith in the Most High. That I'm not gonna answer how I feel like answering, how I want to answer. I'm gonna answer in a way that brings about peace and calms this thing all the way down. Go to Proverbs. Go to Proverbs chapter 16, verse 14. Read that.
Proverbs chapter 16, verse 14. The wrath of a king is as a messenger of death.
He said the wrath of the king is as what?
As messengers of death.
Yeah, because you pissed the king off. What do you expect? You're in trouble. Read on.
But a wise man.
But a what?
But a wise man.
But a what?
But a wise man.
If you take time to read the Bible and accumulate the wisdom that comes from the Bible, because that's where the wisdom comes from. That's what makes us wise. Is the instruction that we receive from the Bible. He said, but a wise man will do what?
Will pacify it.
So what happens if you get no wisdom? If you don't take time to get wisdom, what ability will you never learn? Say it again. How to put out fires. You never learn how to put out fires in conversation or in situations. Or when somebody got it out for you unjustly and they feel like threatening you and attacking you, you can control that situation. You can put that fire out. You can diffuse it. That's an ability that comes from studying the Bible and learning and getting the wisdom of the Word. You can diffuse fires. But you have to learn that. You have to let somebody teach you how to talk to people, how to take away the threats. He said what? One more time, that one.
Verse 14. The wrath of a king is as messengers of death, but a wise man will pacify it.
Give me Ecclesiastes in the Apocrypha, verse 15 through 19.
What chapter?
18.
Ecclesiastes chapter 18, verse 15. My son, blemish not thy good deeds.
He said, my son, blemish not your what?
Good deeds.
Read on.
Neither
What he said is don't put a stain on your name. Don't stain your name where you get a bad reputation. Don't create for yourself a bad reputation. You know, when somebody says, if somebody says you're a hothead, what does that mean? Quick to anger, can't control your temper. That's a hothead. That person, once you get that label, don't you get that stigma? Once people start, oh, he's a troublemaker. Once you get that reputation of a troublemaker, how do people deal with you? They avoid you. They don't want to bother you. And don't think that they're going to be trying to promote you. Oh, that guy's a hothead. Or that's a troublemaker. Or that's a drama queen. You get that reputation, you're a drama queen. What follows you when people see you is that as a drama queen? How do they treat you if you get that reputation to yourself? Hey, man, stay clear. That person's messy. That person's full of mess. Too messy. So what happens? You get a bad name. So he said, if you're using wisdom, you know how not to get a bad name to yourself. Read.
My son, blemish not thy good deeds, neither use uncomfortable words when thou givest anything.
So what will be the cause of you receiving a bad reputation? What will be, say it again, read it again.
Neither use uncomfortable words when thou givest anything.
What will be the cause of me receiving a bad reputation? Nobody gonna like me, but why? Yes. Bingo. The way you communicate will get to yourself a good reputation or a bad reputation. You control the reputation of how people see you and treat you based upon how you talk. That's how you control your own reputation. Based on the word selection that you let come out of your mouth. Your word choices. Your word selection. How you respond. That's how people will determine how they're going to treat you. They're going to treat you a certain way based on how you respond to their words. Oh, I see. I can't say much to this individual. They take everything the wrong way. What happens when they tell you that? When people say, oh man, this person take everything the wrong way. You better tread lightly. You better walk on eggshells. This person will take anything and change it and manipulate it and take it the wrong way. Your words have power. So this is what Jonathan had an ability to where he could speak to even kings that were mad at him, that wanted to kill him. And he knew how to treat them a certain way and talk to them a certain way and pacify all that anger.
Great scripture. Couple one.
Let me finish this and you can pull it. Go ahead.
Verse 16. Shall not the dew assuage the heat?
So after it rains, even on a hot day, when it rains, what does the rain do to a hot day? Cools it off. Cools everything down. When a storm come in and wash the heat away, it cools things off. That's how words have the power to cool things off. Read on.
Shall not the dew assuage the heat? So is a word better than a gift.
Go ahead.
Lo, is not a word better than a gift? But both are with a gracious man.
But gifts and words belong to what?
A gracious man.
So not only am I going to talk to you right, but I'm going to treat you right. I'm going to show you something that's evidence that I'm going to treat you right along with talking to you right. The gift is just confirmation that you can believe what I'm saying to you. That's what the gift is. Here's proof and evidence that I really mean peace. It's not that I'm trying to bribe you with a gift. It's the evidence that I do mean peace. That I mean no harm. And this is exactly what Jonathan did when Demetrius II was gunning for him, trying to kill him. He came with words, and soft words, and he came with gifts. And he says both of those belong with what?
with a gracious man.
So, what is something that we can learn from this? You might want to adopt some graciousness, or at least understand and identify what is graciousness. What is gracious? What does that mean? So that I can learn how to be that, so I can deliver that, and I could change the mood. I could change the weather of a situation. That means in the most hostile environment, I can control the weather.
Gracious describes someone who is kind, courteous, and compassionate, often characterized by charm and good taste. It implies a pleasant, thoughtful demeanor, particularly when hosting, interacting with others, or handling difficult situations.
Or handling what?
Or handling difficult situations.
Go ahead.
Indicating a high level of politeness and elegance.
He says gracious is a high level of what?
Politeness and elegance.
So we have the ability to control hostility based on how we respond with our mouth.
And it says right here in Latin, it says descending from gratia, meaning goodwill.
Yep.
So you're projecting that I have goodwill.
I mean well.
I mean well.
Yep. Now you can pull your scripture.
I got two. Just one to the other, just real quick. Ecclesiasticus, 28th chapter, verse 12. Ecclesiasticus, 28th chapter, and verse 12. And then we'll skip to chapter 20 after that.
Okay. Ecclesiastes chapter 28 and verse 12.
Uh-huh.
If thou blow the spark, it shall burn.
If you blow on a spark, on a fire, the more oxygen, the more fire. Right? It shall burn. Read.
If thou spit upon it,
If you spit on a wick, on a flame, or a candle, it shall what?
it shall be quenched.
It shall be quenched. So you can inflame or intensify the flame, or you can spit on the object and make the flame go out. Read.
And both these come out of thy mouth.
The Bible is showing the power of the mouth. The mouth can inflame a scenario, or it can extinguish the flame of a scenario. Now go to verse.
He's showing the control of these comes out of your mouth. You control both how a situation is dealt with, whether it becomes heated, more argumentative, or it cools down, and everything is all good. You need to learn this at home. You could practice this at home. You could practice this on the job. You could practice this anywhere in regular public. You could practice this when you get pulled over. Because a lot of times we get pulled over, we feel like, man, they just profiling. But even if they are profiling, you still got to make sure that I'm using the right words. Go ahead, David.
Go from this point to chapter 20, same book, verse 27. Chapter 20, verse 27.
Ecclesiastes chapter 20 and verse 27.
So, using my mouth and how I decide to conduct my mouth, I get a set outcome based off my decisions with my tongue. Read Ecclesiasticus 20 and verse 27.
Ecclesiastes chapter 20 verse 27. A wise man shall promote himself to honor.
But a wise man's going to promote himself and put himself in a more honorable position, or be the bigger person, or get the better outcome, or have the more favorable scenario, or have the most peaceable condition. Read.
With his words.
With his what?
Words.
Your words come out your mouth. Your words put you in a position of honor. Your words create peace. Your words put you in a situation where you can diffuse and de-arm your adversaries. Your words can change the character of a situation and conform it to fit your need. Read.
And he that hath understanding.
And he that what?
Hath understanding.
He that has understanding. Read.
Will please great men.
So if I don't have understanding, then I will be displeasing. But how do I displease men or great men? Mean people that have authority over you? I displease them with my what? With my words. Meaning I choose to inflame situations. Or I choose to be abrasive. or I choose to be inconsiderate and not artful with my speech. But we're getting a biblical example of wisdom with speech that changed the whole condition for the people.
Yep.
The people benefit and ate off of this man's ability to use and apply the wisdom of the book.
Con. First Maccabees chapter 11 verse 38. Holding Josephus. We're coming right back to Josephus, and when we come back to Josephus, we're gonna pick up in line 129. Still in page 343. The line is in the parentheses, so we'll be in line 129 when we get back. But let's go to Ecclesiastes, First Maccabees in the Apocrypha chapter 11 verse 38.
38. First Maccabees chapter 11 and verse 38. After this, when King Demetrius saw that the land was quiet before him.
So now that all the complaints stopped, the Jonathan and Demetrius II, they're on good terms now because Jonathan knew how to talk to him, pacified his anger. All his enemies are subdued. So what King Demetrius does, he makes a big mistake. So at the height of his empire, after fighting all these wars, well, the few wars he did fight, he did what?
After this, when King Demetrius saw that the land was quiet before him, and that no resistance was made against him, he sent away all his forces.
He says he laid off his military. He sent away all his forces. Read.
Every one to his own place.
And the Greeks and the Romans both were known for making military soldiers out of all the people that they conquered. Usually their military was made up of the people that they conquered, just like in America.
The slave army?
Yeah, it's a slave army, so to speak. But if you get certain rights and become a citizen, then you can participate in the military. If you become a citizen, just like they do here in America. If you are a citizen, you can join the military if you are a citizen.
Yeah.
But you can still be from a conquered people. They let anybody in the military, even from nations and countries that we bombed. You could be Japanese and be in the U.S. military, even though we know what happened in Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Yeah.
But the Greeks and Romans did the same thing. If you were a citizen, even if you got conquered by the Greeks, they let you in the military if you became a citizen. If you did certain things. So let's read that again in verse 38. No, let me finish it. He says, and after this, King Darius, let's read on. He says, he sent away all his forces.
Every one to his own place, except certain bands of strangers, whom he had gathered from the isles of the heathen. Wherefore all the forces of his fathers hated him.
So think about it. King Demetrius II got his power and backing from Ptolemy Philameter and his army, and they risked their lives to put him in power. And then once he got in power, he cut all the payoff. And he said, we don't need you no more. Your services are no longer needed. Y'all can go home now. Now think about it. These men have made war and have made being a soldier an actual lifestyle and a career.
They put their spirit to it.
They put their spirit into it, but the Romans were known for giving a pension. If you served a certain amount of years in the military, even today, if you do 20 years, you get a retirement. Well, the Romans did the same thing. The Greeks were very similar to that. Greeks and Romans both were similar to that. Depending if you was in Athens or if you was in Thebes or you was in Athens, Thebes, or Sparta, you were given certain pensions after so many years of fighting. Now, if the cutoff is 15 years and I did 14 years of fighting and now this guy said go home. I did 14 years of fighting. I'm 1 year up on my retirement where I could get a pension, and this guy said your services are no longer needed. They do that. Esau still do this today.
Yeah.
You have 19 years on a job, knowing that you do 20 years. I've seen it in the workplace myself in the 90s. Is a crack dude named Richard. Hard working dude. Issachar. You know Issachar worked hard.
Yeah.
Hard working dude. Never late. Never late.
That's crazy, bro.
Never late.
20
Never-
years.
No, he did.
19.
He did 19 years. He was coming up on his 20th year where he was going to receive his pension and retirement. And they fired him for no reason. And they fired him. Guess what Richard became? An alcoholic.
Oh man.
Richard became an alcoholic. He was a cool dude, man. Cool. I worked with Richard. He taught me a lot on the job. 19 years on the job. Right when he was about to get his 20 years, cut him on the job, and Richard just became a drunk. You really want to do you really want to go back and do another 19 somewhere?
No.
You just did 19. Almost a 20 piece. Do you really feel like going and being loyal to another job for another 19 or another 20 just to get cut again?
Trusting them.
Just trusting that all this time matters? You know the feeling how, man, this is what makes people go postal.
That's true.
This is what makes people go postal and want to just go in a place and hurt nobody. Now, we don't condone that, but I can see how that can infuriate somebody who gave you 19 years of their life, never late, always on time. First thing in the morning. We get there at 5 o'clock in the morning. This dude is there all the time.
He's always there.
Always there. And then, when I left, the friend of mine stayed that I met. Ephraim, my brother, stayed there. He stayed. Me and him started around the same time. He ended up staying and I left. But he did 15 years. And when I came, well, by this time I'm in the truth. And, you know, we ain't getting paid much, but we're getting exercise in the scriptures. And he's laughing at me.
Oh, he's talking crazy.
He's laughing at me, man. You still work with them men?
Oh, man.
You still work with them brothers, man?
Yeah, North Star?
Yeah, you know. I heard y'all ain't really making much. Because this ain't about just money. This ain't about for the money at all. Christ said you can't serve God and mammon. He said you can't serve, you love one or hate the other. You can't serve two masters. So I didn't come in here for money. I came here to get what I never got as growing up as a man, which is this understanding, which is way more valuable than what anybody could give me on a job. But he did 15 and he was laughing. Oh man, you working with them brothers, man? That's what they did to him. Same thing they did to Richard.
History repeats itself.
Yeah, 15 years later.
Man.
15 years later, they did to the Ephraim, my brother, that I was also cool with. The same thing they did to Richard.
And they might not have did it if he didn't mind. They might have let it slide. But he had something to say. He opened his mouth.
The Most High did that.
So I heard his words out.
And guess what he became? A drug addict.
Man.
Because now were these men, did they want to be alcoholics and drug addicts? Or they just gave up hope because they put their hope in the wrong place?
Wow. That's a major point, though.
And these are true stories.
People put their hope in people say, I don't believe the Most High. But I always say, you believe in something. Something you believe in. You believe in you. You believe in your family. Or you believe in that job. You believe in something. It might not be the Most High, but you believe in something. You don't just walk around and don't believe nothing.
Right.
There's something you put your heart into.
But when you do 19 years at a place, man, you expect something in return.
Yeah.
And then they crap on you like that. Let you go at the 19th year.
It's wild, man.
That dude would have got his retirement and been on a set pay for the rest of his life.
Been chilling.
Even 15 years, you can get out on an early retirement. Most jobs will let you do an early retirement. You might not get all your pay, but you'll get a portion of your retirement. You might not get the full retirement, but you get some of it once you pass 15. Both of them dudes got nothing.
Run away empty-handed.
Empty-handed. But it goes to show you that what this man is doing is wicked, man. What this man is doing, this king Demetrius II is doing is wicked. You letting these men fight and jeopardize their life for you right until you make it to the top. Once you get to the top, you don't need them no more. Once you get your kingdom is secure, you're safe and sound, I don't need y'all no more.
It's like using abuse spirit.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I hate to say it, it's kind of like the president right now. All his base really believed and trusted his message. And they was driving, I had a dream 2 days ago that I was driving down the street and they had a rally, Trump rally, and all the Edomites were looking at me with big watery eyes. Like, they were just looking like this. And I was just driving past, they were just all looking with water. It's like they were lost. It's like their savior and their hero turned their back on them.
The MAGA movement got their back turned on them.
Brother, I was driving, bro. I was driving by Target, by where you live at. And I was hit that corner in my dream at. And they had a MAGA rally right there, right? And they all were just standing on the highway, and they had tears in their eyes. But that's when you get put in that position, when you put your faith in somebody that promises you A, B, and C, and they say they're going to war with you and for you, and they sell you out and forget about you, turn your back on you. That be happening to black folks forever.
Yeah. Blackballed, blacklisted.
Listen, bro, we have a bunch of leaders that, as soon as they're in a good position, they turn their back. Like your boy, what's his name? Not your boy. What the guy Polite. He promised everybody all kind of books and all kind of herbal remedies and all kind of financial schematics. I'm gonna give you this money. You gotta invest in me. I'll invest back. Or I give a better model example. Let's not do the same. You invest in me, we'll buy real estate together as a company, and then the money I make, I'm gonna send it back to you in shares. As soon as they get all that money, disappeared. Came back a year later.
Can't be found.
Can't be found. So a lot of people have gotten used to getting their heart broken, but the Most High is not about breaking people's hearts and turning his back on his people. But we don't put our faith in him. We put our faith in Trump, a real estate mogul, or a scammer.
Yep.
Or even less. And then we blame the Most High why this happening.
Then we're angry.
The answer is, well, did you believe in me? Did you believe in that person, that politician? Did you believe in me or did you believe that scammer? Did you believe in me or did you believe in that guy that's going to flip that real estate that promised you he would give you the money? It just so happens that the company went under. He kept all the donations. No one got anything back. He comes back with more money saying I came up. A year later, he made good decisions. He made good moves. But the company didn't work out. He never took an L. His people did. We never we put so much trust in man. We never put that trust in the Most High the same way. So he lets us taste betrayal. He lets us taste people that put us in the position of jeopardy or turn their back on us when we needed them the most. He lets that happen to show you should have chose me.
Yep.
You should have prayed to me. You should have put your confidence in me. You should have waited on me. But we'll wait on the scammer.
Yep. Have more patience with a scammer.
We have more patience with a scammer than the Lord.
Yep.
I can't see myself trusting the Lord, but I can see this flesh and blood man. Or I can see this MAGA movement. Or I can see this situation. Or I can see this hustle opportunity is about to blow. It's about to blow anytime. Any minute now it's finna blow. That stock's finna blow up.
Yep.
You look up, you might get Enron.
Or you got your citizenship. You got your sovereign citizenship paperwork.
Yep.
And that never works out, man.
Yeah.
Read on.
Wherefore all the forces of his fathers hated him.
It said, of course you should be hated. You let these men jeopardize their life for you, and with the idea that they got something to go back home to, and live with their families, because they fought in multiple wars, just to go back home empty-handed
With nothing.
with nothing.
I got scripture.
It said the early 2000s, going past the 2010s, even the military was doing whatever it could to get people out of the door who were close to retirement. Even the military path is not secure as before. God, absolutely. Absolutely. You know what the military was doing? The military was during around 2011, 2010, like the brother said, if you were not moving up in rank fast enough, they were looking for any reason to get rid of you. So if you sat say if you was an E5 or a sergeant, and you sat at that position for 10 years, and they didn't see you progressing and trying to become an E6 or E7, and you weren't taking more tests, and you weren't becoming gung-ho, or you weren't challenging yourself and trying to elevate in rank, then they said, okay, you're just sitting in this position, and you're going to get comfortable at this E5 level, and you're not moving up fast enough, or you've been an E4 for more than 4 years, and you're not trying to fast track yourself into a higher rank, you're not trying to rank up, then you're just stealing money. You're just stealing government money. You're wasting government money. You're stealing government money, and you're just trying to wait it out until you retire. Because a lot of times people will just sit in their rank, and they're not moving up at all, and they block positions for people that are trying to move up in rank, but they're just trying to wait it out to get to 20. Once I know I get that 20 years, here's my paperwork. Fill out my retirement paperwork. I'm out. Now I'm gonna sit back and do me for the next 20, 30, 40 years. But when the government don't want you, they'll do the same thing.
Yeah.
They'll find little things that just They'll go back and look at how many write-ups you got. Or you got this many write-ups. Or you got these felonies. You got unresolved. Or you got bad credit. Sometimes people got kicked out of the military for bad credit.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're shooting
credit.
guns, you're getting shot out, you dodging bullets, and credit takes you out.
And credit to the credit.
Damn.
Credit.
That car no got me.
I'm at a 550. I'm not driving a 550. My credit score.
Credit score's a 550.
Yeah.
I got that 550, right?
Yeah, you got
credit
the
score.
You got the 550, all right. Drop top.
That's major, right?
Yeah, but they're fighting. Military do you bad too. But you know what's so crazy? They'll kick you out for all that. But right now, guess what they're doing now? You can get in the military without actually having a state ID.
Get out of here. No way.
Yeah.
Man.
They're waiving certain, because it's based on the conditions of the government.
You can't get a beer without ID, but you can go to the military.
Yeah, you go to the military without ID. There's certain waivers that they'll let you in without a state ID or federal ID. You don't have to have the state ID. There are certain paperwork you can submit now based on their needs. But that's how people do you. That's how the government will do you. If they don't need you, you're washed.
Wow.
Your years will be spent in vain. But they need you, they let you in for nothing. Before you couldn't get in with tattoos, they don't give a damn how many tattoos you got.
You got tattoos on your face out. They don't care.
They don't care about all that.
You got Mike Tyson out right here. You got a big C out.
Fear God on your eyeball.
Fear God.
Yeah.
They don't care.
They don't care about all that. But but it's based on needs. And that's why it's so necessary that we have faith in the Most High, and not in man, not in what man has to offer us. Because when man don't need you, you're done. He's done with you. What you got?
St. John 6:27.
Okay.
It's not bad. St. John 6:27. That's what I had going to the months. I hate when the man of war.
Yeah, we got that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got here then.
Yeah.
All right.
Done.
Yeah.
St. John chapter 6 and verse 27.
Because we do go hard. Read.
Labor not for the meat which perisheth.
We all go hard, which means to labor. We go hard for something. Scripture says, labor not, or don't go hard for the what?
For the meat which perisheth.
The things that are, what's the word for it? Depreciating assets.
Yep.
Rich people will tell you, don't buy depreciating assets. Buy things that...
Down to liabilities.
Don't buy liabilities. Buy things... Rich dad, poor dad, right?
Yeah.
And the rich in general always say, spend your money on art, buy things, and put your expenses on things that are financially appreciating assets. They grow in wealth. They grow in price. So you always have wealth. You always have money, right? But the Most High says something different. What does He say?
Labor not for the meat which perisheth.
Don't go hard and put all your life effort or your life energy in the form of coins, money, dollars, whatever financial game it is. Read on meat that perishes, something that putrefies and over time loses value. Read.
But for that meat which endureth unto everlasting life.
But see, instead of going into appreciating assets, Most High is like the highest appreciating asset is the word and your spirit together. Your spirit is your most valuable asset. Your relationship with the Most High is your most valuable asset. Why don't you labor for the meat or the condition that never perishes, which is your relationship with the Father? But once again, the Most High pulls all of our cards and shows us, where do you invest the majority of your energy? Where do you invest the majority of your resources? Do you put the majority of your energy and resources in the pursuit of the Father or the pursuit in the meat that perishes? If we went to a rich person, we take the rich person's advice. Because obviously he has money. Obviously he knows what he's doing. So let me take your advice. Let me get a little... would you rather get $500,000 or would you rather take lunch with Jay-Z? You know, that question. Or you rather sit and ask him some questions and get the answers and get rich. But the Bible is the Most High, the creator of the universe, and He's telling you the same exact information, but on a higher level. Why don't you invest your energy, your youth, your vitality, your strength, your spirit, your highs, your lows, your all? Put it in me. Put it in my son Christ. Build a bond with Him. Because that asset will never depreciate. A fire can't take it out. A flood can't take it out. Me and Shashawan dealt with people during the time period of Katrina. Man, they had all kind of riches, bro. Remember that one dude?
They had businesses.
Man, they had all kind of stuff, bro. I met this one dude. He had this. Remember, he had this thing on his throat out. This big knot on his throat out.
Yeah, like a cyst.
He had a cyst on his throat, bald headed. He said, "I had so much treasure in my house." He kept talking about all the treasures he had in his house. He traveled the world. He traveled the world and collected masks from Africa and all kind of rare woods and all kind of rare items.
Artifacts, yeah.
He collected artifacts from around the world and had it sitting in his house like a museum. Judite dude, old school. He had a big cyst in his throat. Cool dude, talk a little raspy, and older gentleman. But he had a lot of items that were like phenomenal.
That was Freddie.
Freddie, he was a cool dude. Cool dude. I love his storytelling. And he kept going back. He said, I can't stay in Santana. I'm going back to my house. I keep searching through the rubble to get my items. He made his agenda going back to get the items he lost. That was his whole agenda. But the problem is when everything crashes out, water crashes out, and everything gets flooded, who comes to your house when you're not there? The insurance people, the flood people, the helpers, and other desperate people are going through all your artifacts and all of the things that you collected over the years. He spent 20 years collecting things. He had women, he had girlfriends in Africa.
Yep.
Yeah, he had a life of travel. And he brought all his trinkets back home. That was his life. But when that flood came in one day, he lost everything but his soul. So what's most invaluable? What's more valuable? Your soul. But who does your soul have to be connected to? Christ. That appreciates in value. Read from the top one last time.
Labor not for the meat which perishes.
So don't labor for things that fire, water, earth, air, like twisters, mudslides, sparks in your electricity. Just different situations happen you can't control. You have no control over. And the insurance people, they never give you what you're worth. They never give you what your stuff is worth. They can't replace it. He had irreplaceable items. Read.
But for that meat which endureth unto everlasting life.
The wisdom of Christ that will help you get to an everlasting life. Because he's the author of salvation. What's more important? What should you put your time and your interest and your sweat, your tears, and your efforts to? Why aren't we looking at it that way? Because our trust is in something else. Our trust is like what Shashawan said, like the little guys, we'll put 15-20 on the job. Or we'll put all that trust into a woman. We'll put all that trust into a man. We'll put all that trust into our family. We won't put that same caliber of trust in the Most High. And then wonder why it doesn't work out and have a sob story.
I feel used.
Yeah.
I feel taken advantage of.
Yeah.
So where we at? It's a great point. Let's go back to
First Maccabees chapter 11, verse 39.
we're at 39.
We didn't finish 38.
What was it? Yes, let me see. Read verse 38 one more time.
First Maccabees chapter 11 and verse 38. After this, when King
we're just right
Demetrius
here, bro.
saw that the land was quiet before him, and that no resistance was made against him, he sent away
I know
all
that.
his forces.
He said he did what?
Sent away all his forces.
I don't need you. Go home.
Yep.
Cut you short. It don't matter whatever your career plans were. Go home. Read on.
Every one to his own place, except certain bands of strangers, whom he had gathered from the isles of the heathen. Wherefore all the forces of his fathers hated him.
He says, yeah, rightfully so. Hold that. Let's go to Josephus. We're gonna come put a mark on that. We're coming right back to it.
God.
We got to go to Josephus, chapter 13, book 13, chapter 4, paragraph 9. We're at line 129. We're at the top of page 343, in the parentheses where it says 129.
God. And these were the contents of this writing. And now, when Demetrius saw that there was peace everywhere,
And he says, when King Demetrius saw that there was peace everywhere, read,
and that there was no danger,
and there's no threat, no danger, read,
nor fear of war,
no fear of war, read,
he disbanded the greatest part of his army, and diminished their pay.
and see, that shows you right there. The Bible didn't say, he just said he let them go.
Right.
But in the Josephus, it tell you, what did he do with their money?
Specifically.
diminished their pay.
He cut that pay off. All the money that was owed to them. All the money that was owed to them for all the work, the danger that they put themselves in, fighting battles, taking wounds, living uncomfortable, living outside, living in when you live outside and you're in war, you're usually digging holes. You're usually on the ground. And when you're on the ground, you get as many ticks and fleas as dogs do. Because I've been outside camping before, and I understand that when you're in the dirt and you're on the go, you're going to contract just as many fleas, mites, and ticks, just like an animal, just like a wild animal. They jump and they come at night, just like bed bugs. They spot your carbon dioxide when you exhale, and your body heat. That when they know when you're asleep. That's how ticks are. Ticks they crawl up on you at night. When you're laying outside in the dirt, if you got a flashlight, you'll see 100 ticks crawling at you real slow. And you could thump them. You could thump them away. You could try to smash them. You wait 30 more minutes. You cut the flashlight back on. And you see another 100 crawling toward you. There's nothing you can do. Only thing you do is just try to wrap up as tight as you can. And then you wake up, they're all on you. But when you live like that on the run, outside in the elements, all these years thinking that you're making a career choice, I'm gonna make a career out of this, just to get cut and your money get cut. You got to be heartbroken. Read.
And even retained in pay no others than such foreigners as came up with him from Crete.
Now he says, I'll pay the foreigners, but I won't pay the regular military.
Sounds familiar, bro.
Sounds familiar, right? You know what that's called? That's called outsourcing the work. You know when somebody from India come in and they take your job, and because they were cheaper, the labor was cheaper, and you used to be customer service, and now somebody that watched Bollywood films, took your job.
Yeah.
And you're like, damn, man, I used to work for T-Mobile. I used to work for Verizon. Welcome to Verizon.
Yeah.
My name is Patrice. How could I help you?
Yeah. They got hummus in their hands. They got hummus.
Pitas.
They got pitas and rotis and stuff like that. And all kind of
curries.
They got curries going on. You're sitting there living off food stamps.
Yeah. And you put in applications because that's what the jobs do. They'll outsource. That's what Demetrius is doing. He's outsourcing the work and giving the jobs to whoever take the cheapest pay. That's how society will do you. Whoever come in and work that's not even a local. These are foreigners. Will come in and get a better job, better position, and better pay, so they can save $1. At the end of the day, it's about them saving money. This AI has already. Think about it. If you had a web building degree, if you built websites, you went to school 4 years, some type of trade or technical school, and you learn how to build websites and apps and programs. What has happened now that ChatGPT came out? You know what's crazy? Elisha was showing me how you could build a website in 30 seconds. You can literally build a website in 30 seconds. In 30 seconds, you can have your whole account built, what you sell built, and you can have it active on eBay, and you could be taking payments within 30 minutes, not 30 seconds. In 30 minutes. In 30 minutes, you can have a fully functioning website that's taking payments in 30 minutes. You went to school for 4 or 5 years to get this web building degree to just now be replaced by an app that can do it in 30 minutes.
I got school.
And you got school loans. And you're thinking in your mind, damn, where's the loyalty? But a lot of times we're expendable. We're expendable based on who's trying to save money. And that's exactly what's happening right here with Demetrius. Man, everything's good. I don't need all these soldiers. I don't need this payroll is costing too much. I got to trim down on this payroll. I got to cut down on this payroll. We got to get rid of some people. We got to let some people go. We got to cut down on You know, the first thing they look at is when a job is trimming down, they look at the lowest positions, or sometimes they look at the highest positions, who's making the most money. Sometimes they'll cut from the top. Who's making the most money? Okay, now you can take a reduced pay. We need your skill level. If you want to keep the job, you got to take a reduction in pay, or you have to go find something else. Or we just give you some separation pay and you just go look for another job. But usually those entry level positions, man, you out of there. If you don't have a skill acquired, if you're not holding down a position where it's mandatory or your skill or your knowledge is necessary, Esau will cut you in a heartbeat. He'll drop you like a bad habit. Read.
And even retained in pay no other than such foreigners as came up with him from Crete and from other islands. However, this procured him ill will and hatred from the soldiers, on whom he bestowed nothing from this time, while the kings before him.
It says, and up until that time, he hadn't even paid him yet.
Oh, wow. They're anticipating a lump sum.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy.
They hadn't even got paid up until that time. Says King Demetrius.
He's been breadcrumbing them out.
Yeah. He's been promising them, I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to take care of you. I got you. Trust me. Now that the war is over, and now there's peace, they ain't even got paid yet, and they got let go. They got let go with no pay.
Things change.
At least, for us, you lose a job, you at least got a week in the hole or 2 weeks in the hole. You at least know I got one more check coming. You're like, I'm all right, because at least I got one more check coming, man.
I got to do right by that check.
I got about 2 weeks to make it shake, to make something shake, man. I got about 2 weeks to get on my feet. I at least know they cut me, but I know I put in at least 40 hours, and I'll get that 40-hour check. Then I'll cash out any unused PTO, any unused paid time off. I'll go ahead and cash that out too, and that'll give me about a month. I got about 30 days. I can regroup. I got about 30 days. I can regroup and get back on my feet. Reevaluate some things, make some choices, maybe go fishing every little bit. Just maybe squeeze in a fishing trip. Yeah,
it's real deal.
I go holler at my homeboy I ain't seen in a while. Just pay a couple visits to people I ain't seen in a while because I've been too busy. You think you at least got 30 days that you ain't even got paid yet. You ain't got nothing to send back home. And think about this. And this is life in an Edomite society. And Jonathan is trying to fight against this kind of mindset that our people are fighting to be a part of. Our people are fighting to be a part of this Greek society. Jonathan is fighting against that influence. And for those that are fighting it and giving into that type of environment, this is the result of trusting your enemy, putting your livelihood in the hands of your enemy. He don't need you, he drop you.
That's the danger of doing that.
There's a danger to that. There's a danger to that. That's why we got to have the Most High on our side. We got to have the Most High to compensate for whatever comes our way that Esau feels like he's going to cheat us out of. Read on.
While the kings before him used to pay them in time of peace.
He says, the way it used to be, he says the kings that was before Demetrius, when the war was over, you got what? You got paid. After the battle, we won. We got some spoils. Everybody check finna come in. Your checks are going to hit when the battle's over. Not with Demetrius.
Oh my God. It's finna bounce. I'm not even show up in the mailbox.
You got a rubber check, man.
Yeah.
That check ain't no good.
What happened? Ain't going through.
Yeah. What you mean it ain't going through? That's. He said this guy was a menace, man. Demetrius was a menace. Damn, you let these men fight, get your kingdom in peace, just to let them go with no pay when they was expecting pay. They understand that the battle's over, man. It's pay time now. We won the fight. There's nobody trying to come against us. Where's my money? I got bills, man. I got a family. Empty-handed, bro. Sad, man. Read.
As they did before, that they might have their goodwill.
But that's how you keep the morale high. You want to keep the morale of the people high. You don't withhold what you owe them. You pay them their bread. Give me that verse that says, if you owe your brother, withhold it not to the next day. It's in Deuteronomy. I think it's Deuteronomy chapter 19. Get that real quick. You don't hold it till the morning or something like that. Maybe it's Leviticus.
I got Proverbs 3:27. Same thing, but
Well, read
exact.
it. Read it.
Proverbs 3:27.
Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 27. Withhold not good from them to whom it is due.
When people put in the effort, when people put in the time, when people jeopardize themselves from you, when people have shown they care, when people have extended themselves, don't hold back whatever good that soul or that spirit is owed. That's about being equitable. It's about equity. Another word for fairness. People that are Israelites are required also to be fair and equitable. Read that point from the top again.
Withhold not good from them to whom it is due.
To whom it is due. It is owed. They did the work. They put in the time. They put in the effort. They made the sacrifice. They gave you what you needed based off the condition that you had required for them. So there's something due. There's a return of effort that's due. Read.
When it is in thy power of thine hand to do it.
Key point is it's in your house. It's not like he didn't have it. He had it. You got it in the bank. You have it in your pocket. You have it in the account. You have it in your savings. You have it in the vault. It's there. You just don't want to depart from your resource. You want to what they call it? You want to rob people of their services?
Yeah.
What's that called term?
That's a felony.
Yeah.
Theft of service.
Yeah. You want to do theft of service. This is theft of service.
You got to make it a law, because that's what we'll be like, man, I'll pay you later. Or what we'll say is, we have our own businesses, so people sometimes will try to rob you of the service that we provide.
Yeah.
And we had a lady say, listen, I took pictures of your guys sitting on the edge of the truck. I don't think y'all deserve nothing. Now, we didn't move. First of all, you had museum-like furniture that belonged in a mansion that you put in a 2-bedroom apartment on the 3rd floor.
Yeah.
You had a King Midas bed.
Yeah.
That was 8 feet tall. I'm talking about the posts. Each post of the bed is 8 feet tall, and it's about as round as a tree trunk.
It's gonna have that circular.
It's that round. It's the round pillar we got the 4 corner posts, and it's connected with rod iron. The bed is connected with rod iron all the way around, squared, and it's got the big heavy posts. We did this, and the headboard alone take about 4 men to carry that. Just the headboard, not the footboard. Just the headboard. It takes like 4 men to carry, and you had no elevator, and we got this thing up on the 3rd floor, and because you said you looked out the window and took a picture of one of our guys sitting on the edge of the truck, we don't deserve nothing. That's how people do you. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I found what you were looking for.
Leviticus 19, right? I found it. It's Leviticus 19. Okay. The one I want. The water though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keep reading in the Proverbs.
Proverbs chapter verse 27. Withhold not good from them to whom it is due, when it is in the power of thy hand to do it.
Or read.
Say not unto thy neighbor,
or to thy brother, or to your employee, or to the people that extend themselves for you. Read.
Go and come again.
Play them off. Yeah, go ahead and do this. Go ahead. You're diverting them. You're redirecting them. You're pushing them off. You're creating a distraction.
Yeah.
Read.
Go and come again, and tomorrow I will give.
And wait, you don't mean it, because you're going to be found tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, something came up. Oh, emergency happened. You're finna keep giving people excuses. Stop giving people excuses.
You know what that means? It was never in my heart to really pay you.
Yeah.
If I'm going to give you a bunch of promises, hey, I got you. Go ahead and do the job. I want you to do the job.
Please.
but I want to walk out after the job is done.
Yep.
You know how many waiters and waitresses get walkouts? How many restaurants get
That's a common
walkouts?
thing.
You didn't give this person service. The waiter or waitress making $2 an hour, and they surviving off tips. The majority of their money come off tips.
Yep.
And this person that came in a table of 5, came in, took up the table, ordered all his food, made a $200 bill, and walked out.
Dine and dash.
Dine and dash. And who got to pay for that? Sometimes the restaurant will eat it. Sometimes they won't. Sometimes the restaurant will take that fee or take the loss.
Hit the employee with it.
And sometimes they hit the employee with it. That happened on your watch. That was your table. You let them guys walk out.
I ain't lie, I did it one time, bro. I did that chopsticks out. On the chopsticks, bro.
Hey, look at dog. Yeah, we better not go to chopsticks. Huh?
Listen, bro, listen.
They got a picture. You have the picture on the wall.
I was at chopsticks out and I was eating. But you know what? It wasn't intentional. I went to chopsticks and I was like, I ate this good food. I said, man, this food was so good, man. And then I put my wallet. I said, oh, I forgot my wallet. I was at the house. Oh, I don't got no money. So I said, hey, I don't have the money,
Man.
but here are my keys. I gave him some, like, I don't know, at the time I had some lawnmower keys. I gave him some lawnmower keys. Here's my keys. I walked out. I came back the next day.
Yeah.
I said, my bad, y'all. I didn't have the money. Here you go. And they didn't blow me up. But it's still, you walk around like that. It's like you operate with that conscience. Because the person worked hard and sacrificed. And they did what they had to do.
That means I went in knowing that I didn't have it. And
Yeah.
I want this service. I know I want this service, but I can't pay for it.
Yeah. You came with the premeditated intention to do someone bad and ruin their day. And make them not trust people. Because now you put an ill outlook on, you spread that ill outlook on a lot of people. Yeah, that many more people in the world walking around not giving people the benefit of the doubt. Making the environment bad for everybody. Or the prices go up in the store to make up for what the people do on the regular. On the regular, we take maybe about $1,000 worth of shrinkage. So let's raise the price to recoup our losses. Now who's to pay for that?
Yep.
We all got to pay for somebody's folly.
Yep.
Keep reading.
Say not unto thy neighbor, go and come again, and tomorrow I will give, when thou hast it by thee.
Because that's insincerity. I'm not really sincere about taking care of you. Read.
Devise not evil against thy neighbor.
That's devising evil by thy neighbor. That's devising evil. You're not coming clear with your intentions. You didn't say, I don't plan on paying. You can do it for free. You said, I'm going to take care of you with your mouth, but your actions are a completely different speech. Your actions say different.
Yep.
Your actions show there's no equity. Your speech says sincerity and safety, but your actions say no equity.
The speech says we got an agreement, we made a deal, and I'll take care of you. And I promise to pay you.
And you don't know what that person needed that was there. They needed it. They were like looking forward to your company. Because they had a certain bill, a certain issue to take care of. Keep reading.
Seeing he dwelleth securely by thee.
Because you're his security. Your good faith and your goodwill is the security of another brother or sister in Christ. Or the security of another person in general. Your upstanding morality is someone else's security.
And he's showing how valuable trust is.
Yeah.
It should be valued. Nowadays you can't take anybody for their word. Nowadays people's word really ain't worth nothing. People will break a promise and don't feel bad at all.
Yeah.
They'll lie to you to your face and tell you whatever you want to hear to get what they want, and as soon as they get it, they're out of there.
Shouldn't have believed it.
That's your fault. You got any more than that?
That's it.
All right, go to Leviticus 19, verse 13.
Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 13. Thou shalt not defraud thy neighbor, neither rob him. The wages of him that is hired shall not abide with thee.
It says you're not supposed to do what to your people?
Rob him.
When you take somebody's wage that did a job, they did a job and they did a service, and you refuse to pay them, you're robbing that person. You might as well put a gun up on them.
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing. You're robbing them because you had no intentions of really paying that back. Read.
The wages of him that is hired shall not abide with thee all night until the morning.
It says, don't let it what?
It says, the wages of him that is hired shall not abide with thee all night until the morning.
Because what we try to do, we try to hold on to the money and say, I'll get you back tomorrow. That's why when somebody do a job, pay them that day.
Stop playing.
Stop playing with people's life. You playing with their money. Pay them that day. I owed it to you. Let me pay it back to you. You did a service. I got it. Let me pay it right now. Anybody telling you I get you back? Give me another week. I got you later on.
I'll be right back.
I'll be right back. No, man, you can't trust all that. Go ahead.
You got the point sometimes. Sometimes you gotta take that check like before you do the work. When you got those shaky, you've done those shaky deals. That way, this person seems shaky.
You just know, you could tell something ain't right.
It's a shaky space.
Every time you talk about the money, they change the subject.
Yeah. Subject changers can't look you in the eye. Looking for something to get mad about.
Yeah.
Looking to say something's broken and it's not.
Yep.
You know what? Before we finish this job, we got to get payment. They start looking crazy.
Yeah, we need payment before we finish.
They start looking crazy.
Or you know, some companies, not ours, but some companies, if it don't look right, they're not opening that truck up. All your furniture be sitting in that truck until some type of money come through. Technically, that is illegal. In the state of Texas, you can't do that. But I know some companies that do. I know companies that will not. If the money don't look right, and you short, they're not giving you that front. They ain't opening that door up. They just say, okay, we're just gonna lock the truck up, leave it in the truck. You need to call somebody. You need to call somebody. You need to make a phone call, get some help. Or I know companies, and I've heard of companies that would just drop your stuff off outside somewhere by a apartment complex dumpster, and say, okay, well, you don't want to pay, no problem. I'm just drop all this stuff off by the dumpster. Now you figure it out. Now you got people thinking it's trash. They're gonna start picking through your stuff.
That's the worst thing ever, right?
Thinking it's a freebie. Woo!
But you get mad. But how can you really get mad when you had no intention to pay?
Yeah. We had that customer. Remember the customer that was at the storage and she couldn't get. She didn't have the key. She didn't bring the key.
Yeah.
And then we told her like, "Hey, time is ticking."
And she was acting silly.
Yeah.
I'm mad. I'm upset. What is this?
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you mad about? It should have taken this long. Like, you got all this stuff.
Not only that, you didn't have the key to the store. You lost it.
You didn't have the key. You didn't know where the money was at. You know what's going on.
We've been there an hour and a half waiting for you to find the key.
Yeah, we were waiting for you. It wasn't like we were taking an hour and a half. Time was ticking. Tick tock.
Yeah.
You can't find nothing.
But they expect you to take a loss. People expect you to take a loss.
Yep. For their errors.
Yeah. But that's why he said, listen, man, that you're robbing people. You're defrauding people. That's wrong.
Yeah.
But people do it anyway. People will push the limits for what they feel like they want to get away with.
Because I can gain.
Yeah. And especially if I can get away with it, they won't try it. People will try you. Yeah. And that's what we read about. Basically, Demetrius II, King Demetrius, is doing that to all his soldiers. Robbing them. All that labor, all that warfare, all that fighting, all that sleeping outside, all that for what?
It's on you.
To be sent home with no money.
That's shame.
That's shameful. That's highway robbery. Let that go in Josephus and come back to First Maccabees. We're going to wrap it up. Hold on. We're going to stop right here. It's already 2 o'clock. Because it's going to change.
Well, you know, there's a good lesson in all this. The lesson is I must practice equity with people. Because I know the Most High, I need Him to defend me when I'm in that position of needing someone to be equitable. And then I can't put all my eggs in one basket and not in the Lord. I'm sitting here putting my effort into the meat that perishes. But even if somebody does me bad and quote unquote craps on me, the Lord will defend me and protect me and take care of me because my faith was in Him. So He'll defend me because I dealt with someone else. But also in that scenario, my speech has to be correct because the Most High changes the heart of the king. I have to maintain wise speech and a wise demeanor because my words become my reputation and it affects outcomes and conditions. And I have to learn from people or examples that are put before me. I have to learn from examples and say, well, what example do I want to follow? Because there's nothing new under the sun. There's nothing new. What example am I following? Am I following Demetrius' example, where I got everybody on block in my life? Am I following this one guy's example where I'm just celebrating the fall and the suffering of other people? But I'm about to suffer coming soon, and I know that my card's coming on the deck too. Am I conscious that my thoughts, the Most High is judging my thoughts and judging my opinions, and the Lord is watching my thoughts and how I look at people? It's showing, do I have the right spiritual moral code, not just the law? But am I an upstanding person? Am I an equitable person? Am I a loving person? Am I a person of wisdom? Do I learn to apply the Bible in my daily life? Or am I just religious?
Yep. Finish reading this. We got a couple more. Ecclesiastes 26 and 28. Before we get to that, we're going to stop shortly. Read that.
Ecclesiastes chapter 26.
That way I break that down.
Uh-huh.
Just one thing real quick.
Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 26 and verse 28. There be two things that grieve my heart.
So the Most High has feelings. We're forgetting that our actions and our thoughts affect the Most High's temperament. The Most High has feelings because the Most High is a man. Read.
And the third maketh me angry.
And the third, one grieves his heart, two grieves his heart, and one makes the Most High hot and angry. Read.
And man of war that suffereth poverty.
He's showing a man of war, meaning that he took valor, he followed dignity, he followed procedure, he followed order, he practiced submission, he conditioned his body, he went through changes, he went through long days, long nights, early mornings, late nights, went through all these changes and operated in the spirit of warfare. I mean, I put myself in jeopardy, but what happens in the end? What's the end product of all that effort and sacrifice? Poverty. The people didn't get the proper outcome. He doesn't like when men of war, men that are men of duty and honor, suffer poverty. He hates veterans getting on the side of the highway like this.
Yeah.
A veteran with a Vietnam coat and long hair all scraggly can't get medicine, or can't get a place to eat, or can't get a place to live. So, military vet, anything will suffice.
Anything helps.
Anything helps. Or they got mental issues, went to war, had all these shooting kids situations, got mental problems, and now they're like, well, we're cutting back on programs. We can't afford to give you therapy. We can't afford to give you therapy, but we can afford to buy bombs. And we can afford to all that money. Those they reveal all that money's going on. It's going in, watching little kids dance and creating theater and paying $3 million for lobster legs. Absorbent expenses on vanity, but the people that uphold the system, you forget. He doesn't like when men of war, people that practice warfare, have to suffer poverty. Because that means their children have to suffer. Read.
And men of understanding.
And men of what?
Of understanding.
Men of understanding. Spiritual men. Read.
That are not set by.
That are not set by. When a spiritual man loses his spirituality and loses his ability to apply the book and to live in the book, or when a person's giving you advice and you can't set by that person. You don't trust the people that advise you. Most High hates that. You go to spiritual advisors, but you won't set by your advisors. He hates both aspects of that coin. Where this guy changes and loses integrity, and one day he's a priest, next day he's Jake. Or a person that's given their life to you and given all your experience to you to better your life, but you just can't give your spirit to follow instruction. He hates that. Read.
And one that returneth from righteousness to sin.
And one that keeps playing the circle game. They keep playing the dog game where the dog vomits. And then they eat their vomit again. Then they vomit again. They eat their vomit again. They keep getting sick. And they get cleaned up from their sickness. And the next week they're back on dope. Back on drugs. Back cussing people out. Back cheating. Back lying. Back stealing. Back having a negative perspective. Back not studying. They'll be on point for 2 months. and then it goes 6 months in the hole. They have not made a decision who they want to be. They have not made a decision where they want to give their effort. Are you going to be your default self? Or are you going to be your spiritual self in Christ? Which one do you want to choose? This person, 1 week I'm this person, next week I'm that person. I'm just two people in one body. He doesn't like that. Read on.
The Most High prepareth such a one.
He does what?
Sword. The Most High prepareth such a one for the sword.
He prepares such a one for the sword. The sword is associated with death. So the person that has wisdom, and obviously they lose their wisdom, prepares them for death. The person that gets advice from people that are spiritual, but don't want to follow instruction, he prepares them for death. The person that goes to war and sacrifices and doesn't get, and comes up with poverty, he prepares that system for death. And what's the fourth part? Go up 2 scriptures, two points.
To
The last point he has an issue with.
there be 2 things that grieve my heart, and the third maketh me angry. And man of war that suffereth poverty, and men of understanding that are not set by, and one that returneth from righteousness to sin.
And that person that operates in that circle, or they keep moving backwards, or they keep moonwalking, or they keep picking and choosing to go back to the flesh, back to the spirit, back in the truth, back in the world, back in the truth, back in the world, back in my flesh, back in the spirit, back in my flesh, back in the spirit. You keep being double-minded. He prepares the double-minded for what? For the sword, or for death. And Shashawan broke it down earlier in class. The death comes in different forms, different elements. Fire, by water, by earth, or by air. He creates different external scenarios that put you in the position to get the sword. You're not going to get a physical sword come out the sky and stab you. He creates a situation to take your life because you violated and you grieved him and you offended him because you weren't conscious of your actions or your thoughts, how he judged them. Just like the man at the beginning of the class. Just like the king that he wounded in the head, woke up and laughed at that his enemy got his head cut off. The Most High was offended at his thoughts and gave him to the sword as well in his hairy scalp.
Yep. That last point, let's go to Josephus. We're going to go to book 4, chapter 8. I want you to start at paragraph 38, line 285.
Book 4, chapter 8.
Yeah, book 4, chapter 8, paragraph 38. You're on page 122.
Yeah, 122, paragraph 8. Line 285.
Come. Antiquities of the Jews, book 4, chapter 8, paragraph 38, line 285.
Yep, read.
Let him that have received anything.
It says, let him that have received anything, this is how we should operate. Read on.
In trust for another, take care to keep it.
Anything that I give somebody, I should entrust that they're going to what?
Take care to keep
They're
it.
going to take it. They're going to take care of it and keep it in good standing. Read on.
As a sacred and divine thing.
Because it was important to me, so treat it as important because it's important to me. If I lend it to you. Read on.
And let no one invent any contrivance.
Contrivance is a wicked idea. Go ahead.
Whereby to deprive him that have entrusted it with him of the same.
So that nobody invent a wicked idea to take advantage of anybody else. Okay, so say if somebody loaned me something, but I like it, I don't really want to give it back. So I'm going to create and fabricate an idea not to return it.
Yeah, contrivance.
Yeah, I'm gonna fabricate an idea and an excuse to say why I don't have to return it. Well, I know you let me borrow them shoes, but you really owed me $40 like 2 months ago anyway. So let's just go ahead and call it even. Let's just go ahead and, because you really owed me anyway. You know how many times I took you out to lunch?
Oh,
You never really paid me back. You know how many times I picked you up and took you to work? You never really paid me back.
That
So-
wasn't a part of the discussion.
Yeah, that wasn't part of the discussion, but that's just an idea that we come up with to fabricate a reason why not to return something.
Or lie and say somebody stole it from them.
Yeah,
That's a big game.
That's
You love to play.
that's the elementary game. Well, I lent it to somebody else and they never turned it back.
Okay.
Read.
And this, whether he be a man or a woman.
He said, and don't anybody create a negative idea to try to defraud somebody.
Yeah.
Read on.
No, not although he or she were to gain an immense sum of gold. And this where he cannot be convicted of it by anybody.
It says not although. It says no, not although he or she were to gain an immense sum of gold, and this where he cannot be convicted of it by anybody. Meaning, even if it's a large sum of something where you could say, well, somebody may not miss it. They're not going to miss this. They got a lot. They're not going to miss this little thing. Read on.
For it is fit that a man's own conscience.
It is only right that we should be controlled by what?
A man's own conscience.
A man's own conscience. Meaning, when it comes to treatment, borrowing, giving, doing a favor for somebody. I did some service or some work for somebody. And somebody did some work or service for me.
It's crazy.
It says, what should dictate how I should deal with you should be in my own conscience. Yeah. Meaning my conscience should control and dictate whether I'm fair with you or not, equitable with you or not, or I'm just and righteous with you or not. I should have a conscience not to do you dirty. The conscience should be able to control whether or not I'm going to try to trick you out of something or defraud you out of something.
But our people don't have a conscience when it comes to them losing. No, I'm sorry.
No.
They don't have a conscience when it comes to their brother losing, or their neighbor losing, but they do have a conscience when it comes to them losing.
Yes.
It's a one-way conscience.
Yeah, when it comes to them being defrauded, they can't handle it. But if they're doing the defrauding, you know, it's not that bad.
It's a smirk.
It's a minute thing. It's a small thing. Read on.
Which knows what he hath.
It says your conscience knows what you got.
Yeah.
You know what you owe.
Yep. You know what you owe.
You know what you owe. You know the debts that you have. You know who you borrowed from. You know how much you've returned, or if you returned it at all.
Yeah.
You know what you've promised people. Your conscience is a witness against you. Read on.
Should in all cases oblige him to do well.
It says your conscience should in all cases oblige you or convict you or at least obligate you to do well. I got to make the right choice. I don't need somebody telling me, hey man, you know that's wrong for you to steal that you let that person do all that work and you didn't pay him.
Well, I can't be a crooked person.
That dude washed your car inside and out. And you only told him you got $2.
Oh, you shorted him.
You shorted him.
I think it's you want to renegotiate the price after you agreed to one price.
Yeah.
Let's renegotiate.
Let's change. Or I watch you do all the service, and then I say, you know what? Well, I'm gonna pay you what I think is fair. Yeah.
Wow, he's a moral person.
Yeah. Read on.
Let this conscience be his witness.
It says, let this conscience be your what?
His witness.
Yeah, you should want to do right because you know that the Most High is watching.
Yeah.
And everybody you defraud and cheat out of their pay or favors or promises, or you told somebody something that you didn't follow through with, he said, let this conscience be your witness. Read on.
And make him always act.
It says, and your conscience should always make you act what?
So as may procure him commendation from others.
So that the way that you behave should always, the way that your conscience polices your treatment of people should always be to the point where it makes other people want to keep doing business with you. Where people want to keep lending to you. That's what accommodation is to make loans or to do service for. Or to exchange with you. So I want to keep myself in good standings so that when it is time for me to go borrow something from somebody, or I ain't got it, or I need a favor, or I need a loan, that people don't say, "Oh hell no, man, this dude don't pay no." Man, you better off throwing it in the wind or throwing it in the trash. You're never gonna get that back.
You don't have a good name with people.
Right.
It's showing that we got to have a good name. We should be conscious of that good name.
He's showing that our actions And our conscience should always be telling us to make sure that I'm going to behave in a way where I'm not going to prevent people from looking at me skeptical, so that they don't want to do nothing with me no more. Because you know what we unfortunately, you know what we have as a business? We have a do not
Deal with list.
do not hire, or not even do not hire. It's a do not serve anymore. We got a list of people's names and contracts that we just will not do any business with anymore.
They'll call. Like, hey, I need another favor.
We got a list, man. It's just like Walmart got the felonies list. If these people come in the store,
Have you seen this guy?
yeah, don't let them in. You know what I'm saying? We got a list on the wall of people that we just can't. You had no intent. You had no intention whatsoever to pay for this service at all.
Dishonest.
Completely dishonest.
And you already changed your demeanor when my brother said, "Hey, so you know it's a felony.
Yeah,
we're gonna take you to court." Oh, then the money shows up.
Then the money shows up. You know, it's a felony. We got to sometimes remind people it's a felony in the state of Texas. To theft of service is a felony in the state of Texas. Oh, okay. Then let me make a phone call. But if you don't have any authority, if you don't have any law behind you, their conscience is not good enough to convict them, to make them feel bad for doing you dirty. People don't have a conscience. They have a disconnected, cauterized, which is a conscience that cannot feel. They don't feel bad for what they do. So if you don't have the law on your side, you don't have knowledge on your side, people will do you dirty because they can. Just because they can, and they don't feel bad. So he said, but the conscience is supposed to be that preventative measure to make you say, nah, this ain't right. I got it. This person did this job. Let me not short them. Let me go and pay the whole price.
Let me be legit.
Yep.
With my people.
Or my daughter was buying some paint, and the lady only scanned one can of paint, 1 gallon of paint. She got 2 gallons of paint. The lady scanned 1. My daughter said, "How much is that again?" And the lady went back and looked at it and said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I only charged you 1 can of paint, but you got 2." And then I looked at it, and that hustle side of me was going to say, "Man, I wish I wouldn't have said nothing." And I said, "You know what? That's not a good example. It's not a good example." So I said, "You know what? You see what she did, right?" She said, "Yeah, I saw what she did." She said, "I know how that feels when you come up short and the boss is expecting your register to be on point and it's not." She said, "I sympathize with the lady. I sympathize with the lady to know how she feels to be defrauded and to come up short at the end of the night and you can't find this $57 and your job is on the line and you get a write-up." She said that, so I wasn't going to do that. I said, "You know what? That was very honorable. Catch me at the right time, I probably would have walked out the damn with the paint." You know what I'm saying? But that's not right. Yeah, like you know, hey, you didn't know how to count? You gave me the wrong change? You give me the wrong change? Yeah. Give you that look like you give me the wrong change, like you don't know. You know, you say it to yourself, you don't know how to count, do you? Yeah. He just gave me $45 back. You know what I'm saying? I was supposed to get $24 back.
Yeah, people have a problem counting.
And you were like, you know what? You have a choice to make. Do you walk away and say, "Man, I hit a lick"? And you know, I took advantage of your inability to do mathematics? Or do I be fair?
You lost out one?
Yeah. Remember the lady in was in Miami? And we had businesses in Miami too. And you got to get changed. They have a in-house banking center at the State Fair in Miami, where if you need change, you need the big dollars, you can go in and get bigger bills. And I said, "Ma'am, I need $100 in ones." I said, "I need $100 in ones. I'm gonna break 100. I need all ones." And somebody put the hundreds under a $1 bill. So when she took the hundreds, she took what she thought was ones, and they were all hundreds underneath the $1 bill. And she ran it through the counter. But the counter it just counts bills individually. It didn't count, oh, that's 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800. So somebody accidentally put a $1 bill over the 100 stack. And so She ran through. Brrr, it showed 100, and she put it on the counter, which she thought was all ones. And I saw it, and I looked, and I said, you know what? That's $10,000
Yeah, minus one.
minus one,
No.
$9,900. So it is an Edomite lady. I was sweating for a second. I was sweating.
Under pressure.
It's a lot of pressure in your mind. Like, what do you do? What do you do when somebody then made a big mistake and it's in your favor? I can say, man, that's a blessing. I had to think about it. And then remember, it was the last day of the fair.
Oh, you could have.
So we could have got that lady, gave us that 9,900 by accident, and said, I went back and shut it down and said, man, we done for the day. We done for the fair.
And we had to burn a bridge.
But somebody's always watching. And you know who's always watching? The Most High is always watching.
True.
And we were in good standings at the fair. We had a good relationship at the fair. And I had to think about it. I said, you know what? We could leave now. It's the last day. We've been here for 17 days. And we could cash out for $9,900. But when it's found, we may never be able to come back because of this one move. This one move may ruin our reputation because we scammed the lady on some change that she actually gave us too much of. I had to think about the body. I had to think about the camp. I had to think about the men. I had to think about our reputation. And I said, ma'am, count that one more time. That lady grabbed that money. Oh, Edomite lady. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh. She said, thank you. You know what? She knew I didn't have to say nothing. I could have just easily grabbed that stack and walked off.
Especially
because on top was just a $1 bill. Under that was all hundreds. 99 hundreds. So your conscience is supposed to dictate your decision making. Your conscience is supposed to tell you, is this right or wrong? I don't know. I can get away with it, but I know it's wrong. Yeah, it's supposed to be that police. It's supposed to be able to be an enforcer to say, man, I got to do what's right. I know this is wrong. I don't need nobody to tell me that this is wrong. And I wouldn't want nobody to do it to me. So he said, what thou want?
It's like, let this conscience be his witness, and make him always act so as may procure him commendation from others.
Because I don't want to ruin the future opportunities for exchanges with other people. People do bad business, and they just break bonds, break relationships.
For nothing.
Ruin excellent deals doing bad business. Breaking trust. Read on.
But let him chiefly have regard to the Most High.
It says, but if you don't have a chief regard to the Most High, you're going to game on situations that you can get away with. You will manipulate the situation when it's in your favor if you don't have a godly conscience. If you don't have an awareness that the Most High is watching me, you're going to make some mistakes. And you're going to, just because nobody's around. Ain't nobody watching me, man. You know what? I'm going to go grab these Black & Milds. Ain't nobody watching me. I'm going to just go get this 2-pack of Swishers. Give me the honey tip, Hennessy blend, whatever. Swisher Sweets. Ain't nobody watching me. No, man. Your conscious, your connection with the Most High, knowing that He's watching you, will keep you in check. Read.
From whom no wicked man can lie concealed.
And no wicked man can stay concealed. Nothing that we do can really be hidden anyway. Just because people aren't watching, that don't mean the Most High stopped watching. He never stops watching. I have to be fair with my brothers and sisters, even my enemies. Because the Most High is watching. What are you going to do? That was a test. All those situations are tests. What are you going to do? You going to manipulate this person? They don't know how to count. You going to get over on this person and say it was a blessing? Or you going to do what's right? Every day is that way. You have to make a choice. Read on.
But if he in whom the trust was reposed, without any deceit of his own, lose what he was entrusted withal,
Sometimes things are accidents. Read on.
let him come before the 7 judges.
And if an accident do happen, somebody lend you something and you lose it, and you swear you didn't know, you don't know where it is, and you didn't make it up that, oh man, I lost it, I don't know what happened to it. If you didn't make it up, he says, let him come before what?
The 7 judges.
Read on.
And swear by God.
And swear by God that what?
That nothing hath been lost willingly.
I didn't lose this what?
Willingly.
This was purely an accident. This was an accident. I really didn't mean to lose what I borrowed from you. He said, then come before the 7 judges and admit it and confess it in front of everybody that you didn't willingly try to manipulate the situation. Read on.
Or with a wicked intention.
Or I didn't have a wicked intention. Read on.
And that he had not made use of any part thereof.
Go ahead.
And so let him depart without blame. But if he had made use of the least part of what was committed to him, and it be lost, let him be condemned to repay all that he had received.
So if somebody lent you 100 and you lost the money and they expected it back, and say, well, I got 10 right here. Take this 10. Let 10 suffice. No, 10 ain't good enough. He said, let him repay all. Read.
After the same manner as in these trusts, it is to be, if any defraud those that undergo bodily labor for him.
And if you defraud anybody that undergoes what?
Bodily labor.
If anybody is doing some bodily service for you, they cooking, they cleaning, they cutting grass, they trimming trees.
Losing time.
They losing time, they putting some work, they sweating, they putting some work in. Whatever. Read.
And let it be always remembered that we are not to defraud a poor man of his wages.
It says never forget you pay what you owe people. Never try to manipulate service from somebody.
I've been seeing this car on them YouTube videos. They'll do a whole house, hook a whole house up on some reframing.
A discount.
Discount. They'll just redo a person's house. They do that. I forgot the word for it, but
remodel.
They'll do a remodel, and then they don't want to pay, and then I see them get the hammer out.
Yeah.
And they just start breaking. Oh, don't stop! What are you doing? They just break all the tile, the whole bathroom tile, all the walls, all the mirrors, all the glass. They did it. They did the work. So he ended up just tearing it all up. And they be complaining and crying about it, but they weren't crying, complaining. They want to pay him.
Yep. Or they go and they take a sledgehammer and start breaking the concrete up.
That's what he's doing.
Yeah, because you know what? Because defrauding people is wrong, man.
You can leave.
Yeah, you can leave. Read on.
As being sensible that the Most High hath allotted these wages to him instead of land and other possessions.
What that man does with his hands, the service he provides as a plumber, electrician, whatever, he says the Most High may have not given him land, but the Most High gave him something. His service is what he's living off of. He ain't getting no crops, but he's living off his labor. So this man has to survive off of what he does with his hands or what he does for his service. Read on.
Nay, this payment is not at all to be delayed.
He says it is not at all to be what?
Delayed.
Anybody do any service for you. Pay them what you owe them. So don't hold out on people. Read on.
But to be made that very day, since the Most High is not willing to deprive the laborer of the immediate use of what he had labored for.
So do we need to tell somebody that theft of service is a felony in the state of Texas? Or should somebody's godly conscience be enough to let them know that it's wrong in the eyes of the Most High? Should we have to remind somebody that's against the law or it's wrong in the eyes of God?
Israel don't care. Israel do it based on how they feel about you.
Yeah.
Your wage is based on how they feel about you.
Well,
It's just the Jews.
he's showing us how what should be the determination of what's fair, how we deal with each other. The fact that I know it's wrong, the Most High tells me it's wrong. I don't need to remind somebody of the state law. You broke state code 7751-302, theft of service, punishable by a 5-year sentence in prison, $5,000 fine. We don't got to tell people this. It's wrong in the eyes of the Most High. And you know it's so crazy. You got to make that judgment call too. I remember a lady that had she was a veteran, and she had a daughter that was handicapped, and she was getting evicted, and she really didn't have no money. She didn't have no money. She couldn't pay. And we said, you know what? Just make payment. We don't never tell nobody to make no payments.
Yeah.
We never tell everybody to make no
situation
payment.
required.
But certain situations, you gotta measure the situation correctly and use discernment. Lady couldn't afford nothing. She was getting evicted. Her stuff was getting thrown out. We just said, listen, make some payments. Don't worry about it. We just make it as you can, $100 a month as you can. That lady ended up putting our name on some list that was a contractor's list. She put our name on a contractor's list that returned back work 1,000 times, which for what she couldn't do. But because we obliged and looked at her need and her poverty, she put our name on a list that spread our name out 1,000 times over. Where that little loss that we was willing to take or to eat or to make end up 100-fold in the blessing on the back end. Because sometimes the judgment call got to be right. And that's not us, man. That's just the Most High giving us discernment to know, okay, this person is really in a bad situation. This person really can't afford this. Mama, we're going to do it anyway because we see the need. If that was my grandma or if that was my auntie or my mother, what would I want to do? What would I want somebody to do? And the Most High be watching all these judgment calls that we make on a daily basis. He sits back and he pays attention to everything you decide to do. Whether you choose to get over on somebody, defraud somebody, or do right by somebody. The Most High is watching this all day long. And so it's up to us to make that right choice. And not be like Demetrius II. So with that, we're going to say shalom. And War will be back on next Sabbath. And we'll pick up. We're not going to be able to finish all this. We'll pick up after this point next Sabbath. With that, Amajim, we'll put your shalom, stand and face the east. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, please listen to us right now. Send Micah Allah and the righteous angel to watch over, bless, heal, protect, and make strong the people of Yahshua. Also send unto us much wisdom, much knowledge, much understanding, much patience, much faith, much brotherhood, and much love, spiritual power, and forgive all of our sins. Yahweh shall come quickly. For in thee is our hope, always and forever. Amen. Barakatah Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua.
Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives us the law.
Barakatah Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua.
Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives us the light to see.
Barakatah Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua.
Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives us the ram's horn to call the people.
Barakatah Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Shaman, Zayat, Lamashak, Yasser.
Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives us the olive oil to anoint Israel.
Psalms 92. It is a good thing to give thanks unto Yahweh.
It's a good thing to give thanks to Yahweh.
And to sing praises unto thy name. O Yahweh, to show forth thy loving kindness in the morning. And thy faithfulness every night. Upon an instrument of 10 strings. And upon the psaltery. Upon the harp with a solemn sound. For thou, Yahweh, hast made me glad through thy work. I will triumph in the works of thy hands. O Yahweh, how great are thy works. And thy thoughts are very deep. A brutish man knoweth not. Neither doth the fool understand this. When the wicked springeth the grass, and when all the workers of iniquity do flourish, it is that they shall be destroyed forever. But thou, Yahweh, are most high forevermore. For lo, thine enemies, O Yahweh, for lo, thine enemies shall perish. All the workers of iniquity shall be scattered. But mine horn shalt thou exalt, like the horn of a unicorn. I shall be anointed with fresh oil. Mine eye also shall see. My desire on mine enemies, and my ear shall hear. My desire of the wicked that rise up against me. The righteous shall flourish like the palm tree. He shall grow like a cedar in Lebanon. Those that be planted in the house of Yahweh shall flourish in the courts of our power. They shall still bring forth fruit in old age. They shall be fat and flourishing. To show that the Lord is upright. He is my rock. And there is no unrighteousness in him. Psalm 133. Shayar, Hama Iowa, Ladawad, Hana, Ma, Tawad, Wama, Naayam, Shabbat, Akim, Dam, Yachad, Kashaman, Hatawad, Ayel, Haraas, Yerad, Ayel, Hazakwan, Zakwan, Aharan, Shayarad, Ayel, Hayab, Marawathiwa, Katol, Karamwan, Shayarad, Ayel, Harari, Tazayawan, Kaya, Sham, Tazawah, Yahweh, Habaraka, Kayayim, Awalam, Basham Yahushua.
Psalms 133 in English. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the fresh ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard that went down to the skirts of his garments, as the dew of Hermon, and as the dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion. For there the Lord commanded the blessing, even life forevermore. Amen.
Amen. Barakatah Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Barakatah, Washi'Allah, Wahabiyah, Sapari. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Barakatah, Washi'Allah, Wahabiyah, Sapari. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Barakatah, Washi'Allah, Wahabiyah, Sapari. Turn. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Barakatah, Washi'Allah, Wahabiyah, Sapari. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua. The water Yahweh, the water Yahushua, all love, all mercy, all forgiveness, all long suffering, all praise, all might, all praise, all power, all love is from Yahweh. All power is from Yahweh. All power is from Yahweh. In Yahushua's name we pray. The water, the Yah, Aman. Men circle up. Sisters have a seat. Say what we said.
We said in the four corners of the earth, when the Most High blessed the house of books. We blessed the house of books for every school that teaches this knowledge across the earth in all four directions, north, south, east, and west.
All right. We're going to, the scripture says, salute out with a holy kiss.
We're going to salute out with a holy kiss, and the Most High protect the men and watch over the sisters.
God.
Salute down in the heavenly order. Yahweh, Yahushua, Wokeh Allah, Men of Israel, Muslim, Rock. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah. Kum top, turn and face sisters. Sisters, please stand. Saluting out the daughters of Zion, men of Israel, Majid, Barak, Yahweh Yahushua. All right.
Or say shalom.
Or shalom.
Yajmatah, dismissed, fall out.
All right. Monday or Wednesday? See you on Monday and Wednesday?
This is Monday.
All right, we'll see you on Monday.
We'll be back on Monday. Shalom, everybody. Shabbat shalom. the water for watching, and you enjoy your Sabbath. Shalom,
Yep.
family.